Welcome to Whispers and Choco. This is how we do, and if you don't know, now you do. I'm Shawnee Whispers,
And I'm Mike Choco.
together we are Mike and Sean in purebred loco. Oh no, we fucked that up. Okay,
Yeah.
and we might go loco.
And we might go loco.
And just in case you wonder what went wrong, or just in case you wonder what took long, we'll say that we're sorry, and this show is going.
This show is going
Straight to hell.
straight to
I
hell.
like that one, yes.
Hey, here we are. Happy Thursday. What's going on? Welcome to May. It's the Mike and Sean show. Wait. Once again, it's no Sean. He's late. He's on his way. And so we start off today with a good day. Mets win. The Mets win. The Mets win. 4-1. They had a lot of patience. They walked in a lot of runs. The other guy walked everybody in. Bravo. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Not a lot of craziness going on, but Sean had some stuff to do. We had some stuff to do, so together we had stuff. And we moved it on a little bit, so now it's just me and Mikey doing it all over again. Mike the engineer. Or as Tony says, why you call him Mike the engineer?
The brain.
The brains. Doom. It's pinky. That's the color that I turn no matter what I do. And the brain. First, there's not a lot of crazy news going on, a lot of stuff going on today, but the Mayweather Logan Paul press conference was amazing. Those who like Logan Paul, we don't know why, but maybe you want to see what he does next. And what he did was steal Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, steal his hat, and then as he got chased down, laughing and giggling, got hemmed up. And clearly, 18 feet away, you could hear his fist make contact with Logan Paul's face. And then he got chased again, and then Logan Paul got hit again. And then when he wanted them to stop, he just grabbed his head to squeeze because it hurt.
I don't think it's scripted anymore.
Yeah, it's not scripted anymore. From the exhibition to now, it's on. This is for real. I will pay to watch this because I believe that Mayweather is going to destroy this little shit. You know, it's crazy. I mean, when you're a kid, you always saw the story like who's the hardest hitter as a boxer, and it's like Mike Tyson. And what was that age-old story, that joke? Hey, you know, how much money would it take for you to get punched in the face by Mike Tyson? You know, it's $3 million. $5 million.
Would you get hit? Would you get hit in the face before?
For Mike Tyson? Now Mike Tyson for $5 million? Yeah. Yeah. Not the old Mike. The old Mike Tyson, I realize now that I would be brain dead and I wouldn't be able to see that $5 million. And I would, at that time, I wouldn't have anybody to pass the money off to. So it wouldn't do me any good. Now, at least I have people to hand the money off to that after I die from it. Yeah. And I don't know, like, I mean, is there? I would take a $5 million punch from just about anybody. I'm not saying that I'll survive. You know, I'm not looking at this like long-term vegetable state. I mean, pull the plug immediately, take the money and enjoy. Because if I leave you anything, it will be the $5 million I got from like Mayweather to get punched in the face. But that kid is crazy. That kid is absolutely crazy. He keeps pushing guys' buttons over and over and over. And what do you know? He pushed one button too far, you know? And it's crazy. I mean, I love boxing. I love to watch it. But there's guys like Canelo who, whether he goes up in weight or down in weight, like right now he's just so good and you're not going to see anybody beat him. Tyson Fury is a beast. And then you got this little shit who pops up and he fights another YouTuber that he lost to. Then he fights a former basketball player that he destroyed. Okay, but
He's still knocked out.
Right, and then he fought a UFC fighter who was fighting boxing, who hadn't trained in the last 30 years, and was like I think he took a dive for the $500,000, and then you're going to challenge Mayweather? What made you think that after Nate Robinson, the next alternative was to go up to Mayweather? Like, that's just, it's just stupid. I don't know. I mean, I think I would fight a lot of taxi drivers before I got there. If I was a boxer trying to make his way up, I would challenge me to a fight for, $500,000. And give me 6 months to train, and I'll learn how to run that whole ring for like 3 rounds, then just go in for the kill, take my hits, get laid out, $500,000 in the bank. Let's go. Next. I know, it's crazy. That kid is out of his mind. And his brother's so the story is his brother might be a better boxer.
It's gonna be actually from what I'm getting, it's gonna be a back-to-back fight. Mayweather's gonna fight both of them.
At the same time?
One after another.
Oh, that shit would, I'll pay, again, I'll pay double for it. If it's a $30 fight, I'll pay $60. If it's a $60 fight, I don't know that I'd pay $100 for it, but if it's like wrestling rules where he goes in and he's got like 3 minutes and he fights one brother and then the next round he fights the other brother, yeah, I pay to see that. I pay $100 to see that. They
say it's an exhibition fight, but I think the rules have just changed.
I think from what happened in this press, he hit him. You could hear the sound of his bare fist smacking flesh. And when he took a picture,
punching meat. This is like,
yeah, he's Rocky training, and and that picture he posted of a chipped tooth and a super
black eye.
Immediately super eye jammy. It's like, dude. I mean, I get it. Like, you're rich. You made your money off some crazy shit, being a YouTuber and doing crazy YouTube shit. And then you got into boxing. I mean, it's not really boxing if you're only fighting other YouTubers and a basketball player and a dude who didn't even train for the fight. And after he got laid out, or whether he took a dive, that Ben Askew was like, yeah, hey, all right, man. Yeah, let's go. I got my money. Now let's get out of here. Go back and train or eat, whatever he does.
I was upset. I was like,
You thought Ben was going to do more? I thought he was going to do more.
It was just so fucking trash.
It was, but it was meant to be trash. They took the video, they put the camera right in front of a bag of garbage, and somebody kicked the bag of garbage to see it move, and that's what was the Ben Askew fight. Like, it's not because Ben Askew was garbage.
He actually hugged the ref.
Yeah, man. He was like,
don't please.
Yeah. Don't worry, ref. What did I say? I'll give you $5,000, $10,000. All right, that's the bonus. So, I like, and I started saying that's the ruining part, because I like fights. I like boxing. UFC has stepped in when boxing failed, and there's some good fighters out there. And UFC is like, McGregor signing to do his trilogy with Poirier. But then you look at the other guys on the card, and they're not even spectacular. And there should be more big names on that card. And
now let's say hypothetically, Mayweather loses to either one of them.
He'll never be allowed out. Because first off, 50 Cent, who doesn't like Curtis Jackson, likes bashing on him whenever he gets a chance. You think that dude would stop on his social media now? He'll just be like,
he'll eat him up.
Hey champ, could you tell me if ever? Could you read this for me?
Like, he fought several great boxers, and if he loses to this guy, I don't know.
Well, Mayweather was a smart fighter because he fought names either before they could become something or after they had done what they did. He fought Mosley. He fought Mosley too late. Mosley hit him and rocked him a few times, but Mosley wasn't going to win that fight. Mosley was going to show him something that an old man's going to put a whooping on him, but he wasn't going to win that fight. When he fought Canelo young, inexperienced. He knew what he was doing. There's no way that there was ever going to be a rematch, because once Canelo figured out what to do, it's not going to happen. But why risk it, Why risk it at this point in your career? What is he now, 42, 43? And he's 49-0, 50-0. Why ruin that? So you fight these exhibitions. He fought that Japanese MMA fighter, and that kid was done over in 2 rounds, and he cried over it. He fought McGregor, which, by the way, fighting McGregor was like he just didn't. I don't know. Like you wanted McGregor to win, but you just deep down inside you know it wasn't gonna happen. You know, and I don't know that the fans of this kid Logan Paul, like if his boys or even his brother, or even his dad, if his dad likes fighting, he loves Mayweather. So now what do?
Lynn, we see you. What's up? Let's see here. Who we got on the check-in? Sweetness. What's up, Sweetness? Sweetness always checking in from the talk up. Lynn checking in. Lynn also has a show, The Little Lady Life.
Oh, Lady Life.
Yeah.
Nice. I watched a few of them. And it is The Lady Life. And to my right, wait, no. It's just me. It's just Mike on the mic. But, I mean, that's the fighting sense, you know, like that boxing.
He's coming. He's getting chased by he's in that Bronco.
Yeah, he's in that white Bronco making a slow run for it. I don't see him run. He's so big. Like, Sean is just a big boy, and I don't see him running. Like, I see him hit, like, he hits, when we played, the thing about him, especially in softball, he could hit the ball like 500 feet. I just destroy it. And you're young and you run. You want to run around the bases. But I hear these dudes are playing now on the team that they hit the ball far, and they just stop at first. And they're like, yo, tagging somebody else in.
Have smoke breaks, like
yeah, smoke, oxygen, food. You know, like it's just hard. It's just hard to be an old dude playing sports. That's just it. But there's two softball teams. There's the Thursday team for the bar, and there's a Sunday team with some guys from the neighborhood, guys that we grew up with. So I guess when I made a joke about not being invited to play, they invited me to play. So I was like, all right, you know, I have a couple of Sundays to work. And I said, after that, I'll come in and show them, you know, some of the old dudes what it's like not to pull a hamstring running to first, not to gasp for air, running to second. I don't know if I'm going to make contact. It's been a long time since I swung the bat. But I know at least if I have to run, I won't be winded and gasping.
You're going to run around the bases?
Yeah, I'm going to go. Even if I'm out, I'm just going to run from first all the way home just to show them I could do it.
Be like, Mimi.
They're going to be like, Mike, the inning game's over. No, I'm good, man. I'm just going to run all the way around. I got it. Damn. Shit. Yeah, so it's crazy. I just recently got an important audition, and I'm really excited about it. It's for an Amazon original production. And lucky me, if I get it, I get to play a racist lawyer in the Wild West who doesn't like people, which is the opposite of me because I'm not racist and I love people. No, I don't like people. People are the cause of all the problems. No, as a complete opposite. But anyway, you know, and I give like a big shout out to my talent agency, Glitter Talent in West New York, doing that thing for me. Hopefully it's for me and I didn't just, you know, they just didn't have that extra audition around. They're like, anybody look like a 50-year-old dude with great hair? I know, get it to Mike. I got him. His name is Mike. Anyway, so we're going to be so for the show now, if anybody is listening, we're going to start doing it every other week. And excuse me. And so that's just what we got. We're boring people. We're losing people. They're getting frustrated with us and my vulgar attitude and personality. They're getting tired of seeing our pretty faces, those mean, ugly mugs that come on here. And then July, I'm going to do my first stand-up. Going to do some stand-up too. I'm trying to do everything, get it all out there.
You have a place already scheduled?
I have an option of what I'm going to reach out to, you know, and so I'm looking into that. I got some skits that I've been kind of like chopping down and working on and some stuff and gauging which ones I want to hold on to. Can't give it. You got like 10 minutes, right? Can't give it all away. I can't do like 30 seconds of every joke that I've ever had, and you know, even they would be like, "So did you hear a story about this guy? Great, good. Okay, let's move over here. I want to tell you about Karen. Fuck her. I don't know. You know, like that's not how it goes." I was like, hey, that can't be the show, because they'll laugh at you, but they'll also be like,
what the hell?
What the fuck just happened here?
Remember that guy that used to talk really fast, the micro machine guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he was
what
like,
do-
"Hey, you gotta get the car. You gotta get the car. You gotta move. You gotta move. It's the greatest car I ever had. Like it's on 4 wheels. If it's on 4 wheels, I got you. You know, like
Get up there like that.
yeah.
I'll be like, what the fuck?
Be like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you how this goes. This goes. I gotta tell you jokes. The first joke I'm gonna say is, I said, thank you. Have a nice day. You know. No, I have some stuff. I'm like writing some material for a while, because I was trying to. So also, the other thing that I do is I write little short stories, and I was trying to turn 2 of them into pilots. On top of that, so I was looking to finish the writing, maybe do some stand-up, keep doing this podcasting thing, plus my auditions for the, the regular acting, and then see where it goes. Do a little bit of everything, play some softball, pull a hamstring, go to the gym, do shots. Try everything. Anyway, so while we're sitting here waiting for the guy that's supposed to be in the corner over here, so what's going on with you, Mikey? What's new?
Well, actually, just working on shows.
How are
some?
all these shows? The ones that are listening and then the ones that are not listening.
We got some real good stuff coming.
Oh, you got some new
major big moves that I can't. Like they say, never announce your. Never let them know what you.
Yeah,
what
you can't. Don't give them. What is it? Don't show all your peanuts.
Yeah.
Or
don't show
only
your deck of cards.
Yeah, don't show your deck of cards. 3 out of 4. I mean, there's enough phrases we could keep going, but that's cool.
But yeah, it's good. We got some real good stuff cooking, especially for the summertime. For those that don't know Mixed Vibes, they're gonna know.
Oh, nice. Billboard type shit.
We're taking it to a whole other level.
You need some background music for that one. You say that.
Yeah,
Take it to another. So when you started this, right? Like, what was your main goal? What did you want to do? Like, entertainment wise?
Let everybody accomplish their dreams. That's it.
Keep people an outlet to tell their story and get out there. That's pretty cool, because not a lot of people want to do it for more selfish reasons, like try to make as much money as I possibly can and bounce it around. But saying that and being able to put it out there for, like, there's a lot of talkers, a lot of good talkers, that are selling something, and most of it is just them, and you're giving them an outlet is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
How long did you before you started to fill up your roster?
The first year was pretty, well, up and down.
Okay.
Second year, it started growing. This year it's
So you're
on.
this is year 3?
It's on, yeah.
Year 3 that you've been doing it.
It's on.
Yeah, you got a full roster. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty. I
mean, and it's nothing compared to. I mean, we still got like 4 shows in contract. Still, getting ready to, setting up behind the scenes. We're still, just because people don't hear shows on live,
right,
doesn't mean that we're not putting out shows. Like, we got a lot of shows that are being recorded off air, pre-recorded, like I explained to you guys.
Yeah.
People come here, they record for various things. I mean, I record during the pandemic. We started recording commercials for a radio station. I can't say the name, but they started, blessing me, and pretty much we were open. They started giving us all their marketing stuff to record.
Okay.
The commercials, we recorded commercials in house, push them out.
Very nice.
It's been good. It's been good.
So that's a pretty amazing.
It's like the movie Field the Dreams. You build it, they will come.
You build. That's it. It said, hey, we showed up to crazy white dudes, and it was like love at first sight. Right? That's how you felt. You were like, oh, these 2 lunatics would be great for this the show. Who knows? I mean,
no, you guys got a good show. I mean, you really do. As the show grows, remember, this is the first year that's gonna be like,
I'm just surprised
really
it's 13 episodes. Like, this is episode 13.
Yeah.
Thursday, May 7th, it's 13 episodes. That is, I figured like we were gonna do 10, take a break, and try to figure out what we were doing right and what we were doing wrong. And it was like, all right, just keep going. And I mean, right now we're at that point, like episode 13. It was like, it's one season worth of, content. It's crazy shit. I think this is the first time in the news it's not really as crazy as it's been for like the last 2 months, 3 months. Like politics is kind of like,
Hi, darling.
Hey, sexy. Politics is like taking a back seat. All the craziness is like left to people that were talking about it. There's a cool show on YouTube called The Hill. I don't know if you know it. They do basically they don't have a side, and they call out like the corruption of both sides. So it's pretty interesting. And even they were like, there's not a lot going on, And sports is the second thing. We had the draft. We'd have all that craziness. We got basketball. We got baseball. And then it's quiet. It's super quiet right now. Like this mouse is just tiptoeing in. Hi, little softball mouse.
How you doing, buddy?
How'd you do today?
So much more than softball. I was late to that because I was in closing for
Oh.
quite a while.
Say hello. Well, when you get a chance, say hello.
Oh, hello.
Hold on.
Oh, no, we got to hook you up. You don't get to.
yeah,
You got to be
hooked
hooked
up.
up
Yeah,
first
yeah.
before you say.
Hello.
There he is.
What up?
Hey, there's a sound we were missing in all this, and it was your
You guys miss me?
There
Your
you
deep
go,
voice.
you big hunk.
you
Do
big
you
hunker.
miss the voice of all voices?
Where you been?
We miss you. I've been very busy.
Coming straight out the shower room and shit?
Dude,
Look at this.
coming straight?
Somebody come look at this.
So it was a crazy busy day today, and I did my best to get here. I forget it, man. I could go on for days and tell you what I've been doing, but I'd bore you to death. So
No, not as much as I bored him to
it's
death.
good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in the studio. It's been a couple weeks. I missed last week as well. So hey, what up?
What's going on? So, all right. So,
What are we
you
talking
played ball
about?
today? No, we're just saying how dead everything is, how quiet it's got. You see the I don't know if you saw the press conference with Mayweather and Logan Paul.
I didn't.
Oh, when you get a chance, maybe before this is over, we'll show it to you.
I don't follow. I really don't follow any of the soap opera bop.
Oh no!
boxing
This
or
is
No,
better
no.
than no. You don't.
Game
You
changer.
you
Is
game
it?
changer.
Oh, okay.
It's a game changer. It's a Hemi game changer.
Oh, is it really?
You know how I feel about that.
Logan
man.
Paul's
It's
such
like,
a dirt.
Yeah, but you got
douchebag.
it. You just
But
got.
I don't know who. I don't know who's a bigger douche. Money Mayweather or Logan Paul.
Well,
this time around makes you actually root.
you
for,
might root for Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Really? Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Like most people are against. They just pick the side against Mayweather, right? And Logan Paul shows up, and you're like, "What a piece of shit!" And after today, that's what we were talking about in the beginning. You're like,
It's great because it's like who's the biggest jerk off? Is it Conor McGregor? Is it Money Mayweather? Or is it Logan Paul?
But
Because
McGregor-
Logan Paul's in that class right now.
yeah, McGregor's the kind of guy he's gonna irritate you
Well, did you hear what he did
with
with the old man? So do you remember the old man that he punched in the face?
Oh yeah, in the bar. He
So-
told him his whiskey was shit.
The guy told me. The guy didn't. He didn't tell
I
me.
don't-
He said, "I don't want to drink your whiskey."
Yeah.
That's all he said. I don't want it. I don't want any.
Well, that's
Because Conor McGregor bought the whole bar. He punched the old man in the face.
Yeah.
Right. Conor McGregor, like a week ago, bought that bar.
Bought the bar, had him bad.
That the old man goes to because it's his normal bar.
And now we're getting
and
mad
banned
at
him. No, that's not a. You are.
Well, you're the biggest piece of
You are
shit. I'm
such. Conor McGregor is such a fucking
Sucker.
piece of shit. All my friends think because I'm Irish, I should always root for him. The guy's
No.
a jerk off.
You know, because he's
of
from like
epic proportions.
he's from like the projects. Like he's one of those like
Hey, he was
low.
homeless. He
Yeah,
was a-
but that
he's
has
a
nothing to
trash
do with
bag,
that.
dude.
No, but he's
Guy's a
from
dirtbag.
the hood. Like he's from
he
the
lived
project.
in the streets of
yeah.
Dublin. Yeah, he's a
You
trash
know.
bag.
Yeah, he was on
Sheen,
welfare.
Sheen, you don't like him?
No,
Come on,
Sheen.
Sheen.
Sheen hates him. Sheen hates him.
Yeah, but
Yeah, are any of those dry cups? One that I could use? You're the man.
there's not a dry cup in the house. Boom.
Very good. Because I don't want to promote White Claw because I'm drinking it.
Well, I showed you the picture of what a man looks like when he's having sex who drinks White Claw.
Yeah. Getting spooned by his
Getting
girl.
spoon, knees up to his
Knees
face.
up to his face, getting spooned by his chick. So, yeah, so I did play softball today.
And what did you do?
I didn't run. That's what I didn't do.
What did I say that he wasn't going to do?
So I went to the doctor yesterday. I actually went I have a bunch of ailments, stuff like huge problems with my body. So I have a degenerative arthritis in my wrist, in my right wrist. Actually, both wrists, but my right wrist specifically. I have two advanced arthritic knees. I had one rebuilt like in 2015. My right one, I had arthroscopic surgery twice, but the first one was 99. So I was young. I was like, I don't even know. I was in my 20s, you know? Anyway.
That would be younger for you.
And then I had back surgery 10 years ago. So I don't have arthritis in my back yet, thank God. Or maybe I do. I don't even know it. But I went to the doctor. So they gave me a cortisone shot for my wrist, which was 2 days ago. And then yesterday I went back for my knee because you can't go the same day for some freaking reason. Yeah. The orthopedist won't see you for two different injuries. So I went for my knee. I had both knees x-rayed. They gave me a cortisone shot on my left knee. I'm going to go back and get a cortisone shot on my right knee if I need to. Yeah. And then I'm going to start the gel treatments. I'm getting gel shot into my kneecaps.
You do sound like somebody that's falling apart.
It's disgusting.
Literally.
I need knee replacement. I'm 47 years old.
You're like, you need like
I need two knee replacements at 47 years old.
So I blew out.
That's for playing sports, by the way.
I tore my right knee, but I never had surgery, and it kind of like got better on its own. Not fully, but like
some people don't need their ACL depending on what they're doing on a daily basis.
And so
it's not like you don't do strenuous stuff. Like you still do athletic shit, but you don't work wise. You know, you kind of like. Right.
Yeah, like I don't sit. Right.
Right.
Because I don't like to sit still. I just can't sit still for too long.
Can you sit at work though?
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah, but I just it's a thing that I have. Like I just don't feel because you always like to be on my toes just in case something happens.
Well, for those that don't know, Mike is a doorman.
Concierge.
Yeah.
And I eat a croissant.
Forget the French.
Yeah.
Concierge. French people suck.
Mademoiselle.
Anyway. French people a bunch of pussies.
Yeah. So, they gave up twice.
You heard that France took over Turkey? They invaded Turkey and renamed it chicken?
Wah, wah. So.
Sean's back.
Yeah. So.
Sheen's back.
So, I had the full rotator cuff labrum tear bone spur surgery. I had the tear in my right arm, and I never had the surgery.
I had that in my right arm.
I have the sciatica, and
sciatica's
right,
fucking.
And when it kicks in, but I know when I can keep my weight lower, that I have less pain. But I have pain, and last year during the pandemic, oh my God, I had what do you call it? In the heels, the bone spur. Both of them in both
heels?
Feet.
Jesus Christ.
Every day. I couldn't walk. Some days I'd have to walk on my toes to get to the next spot.
That's some painful shit right there, man.
All day, every day.
Yeah, that hurts.
Every day. And so one of the runners that live in my building, she told me one of the other things to do, the stretching and all that, which I did. I would go back to the gym, but one was to take the water bottle, frozen ice, and rubbed it from toe to heel, just. Like this, toe to heel,
that works on the bottom of your quads, your bottom of your hammies.
You're like you worked on legs, everything, the calf,
it's a
everything.
Great old school trick. I learned that a long time in baseball.
And I was like, well,
and I learned it in baseball, but then I used it for my back. I used to do that with, what I used to freeze? Tennis balls.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, because it was always good. The tennis ball.
This is the geriatric moment of
it's crazy.
Show.
But the ball, the tennis ball, because it's hairy, like it has the hairs, so it gets wet and then it gets frozen. You wet it and then you freeze it and it stays cold pretty good,
I mean, I would hope so when it's frozen.
Yeah, you freeze it solid. But then when you put it in a plastic bag and you roll around with it, so and it's ice cold. It's great. It feels great.
The foam rollers, I had that, and that would help me with my back and yoga.
Yeah.
And that's once I got into yoga more, I relieved so much pressure on my back.
Yoga's going to change my life, I think.
100%. The consistency that you do it, like let's say you did it for 2 years now. Right, and you took a break from it. You'll be stiff if you went 6 months later, but you'll snap back pretty quickly. Right. So that's a good thing. And yoga's like a little because you have to kind of like focus. And when you're stretching, you can feel the parts that are opening up and why that helps. And then so that you'll know when you listen to your body. Said. Yeah, she did say that.
She could feel the parts that are opening.
She was like, "Wow, my God,
I can feel my parts that are opening up."
Ba-doom.
Sean's back.
Sean's back.
Do I sound tired? I'm like...
Yeah, you sound... You know what? This level of you...
I don't feel tired, but I sound tired. I feel like I sound tired.
You don't sound tired. You just sound...
It was a long day. And you know what it was? It was a long day with a lot of different stuff. So I was super busy with real estate. I had a couple of appointments. And then I had a closing and then I was late there. The closing was scheduled late, which is insane. I don't understand why lawyers want to stay late. And it was in Syosset, so I didn't get back until super late. And my softball team, the guys from the hood, we got a good team, by the way. It's fun. It's a fun squad, but they were short. And I mean, not like Rob Abani short, because he is short, and Mikey Fahid, they're short. I mean short like guys. And
not short by height.
Not short by height. And half the team is limping. So so I was like, I got to get there. You know what I mean? I wanted to try to get here at like 8, but I had to be there to the finish. And we split anyway, but at least we won the second one. But yeah, it's a rough go when you walk away from the game for 6 years.
Well, I was gonna say, because like it's hard. When's the last game you played before these? What is it? 3 games now?
I've played 3 weeks. No, I played 2 Actually, Sundays we're playing fast pitch. I'm playing with the kids we talked about with Lucho and those guys from 189.
Yeah, I know. 2 weeks. Was it not this Sunday? The following Sunday, I come to
you're
play.
playing with us. And
Yeah.
I think did they order your jersey? I think they ordered you.
They may have.
What did you? You got to tell them to. Cause
Well, I did. They asked
it's like
me.
55.
And
You got to have a jersey. Anyway, I only made 2 outs in that league. It's fast pitch, and there's really the timing is just sit on a pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like arc is different. When you play arc, you got to find the step. You got to find the rhythm. You got to find the spot. And I haven't hit arc in a long time. And good pitchers throw high. And if you got to find it. So I'm having a little trouble with that. But I'm also really exhausted too. Like the last 2 weeks I played with them, I was working all day and rushed straight there. You know what I mean? Not that I'm work hard. I'm fucking in real estate, but I'm running around appointment. I'm up early. So I'm making excuses right now. But yeah. But anyway, I'm at fast pitch. I'm hitting. I'm not hitting arc.
Yeah, the last time I played fast pitch, it was we won the championship. It was Etho's team, FU.
Yeah.
And it was Etho. I played with Slug and a couple of other guys. I forgot some of the bodies on
I
there.
think Danny Cervantes played on that team. There was a couple guys that played on
No,
that team.
not on that one. Not on the FU team with me.
No?
When we won, no, we
He played on our. I think he played after dark with us, and then we played that.
Oh, I have a funny story of that team, right? Like, so we go into the playoffs, and so it's 1 second round and then championship, right? So we go into the second round, and just before we start, they're like, "Oh, those 2 other teams that were supposed to be for the following weeks."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah." They both pulled out and canceled. So this is the championship. Yo, and the team on the other side was short like a guy at first. They had to call someone up. They were pissed. They weren't prepared for it. Like they were okay losing one game, right? Like they were really, really pissed, and we just like hemmed them on the first game. The guy came in, and I think we went. I don't know if we played the third game, but they were ill prepared. They just weren't prepared to go. And then when they realized that it was the first round, and they were just like,
we played 2 weeks ago. We played our opening week. We got rained out the first week. We showed up and we're like, fuck. We're like, while we're playing, all I hear is it's like a fucking circus. Like we're throwing a ball around, we're juggling, it's hilarious. And we opened against the team that won everything last year.
Yeah.
They won the whole thing. And they're pretty good, They're good. You can tell they're pretty good. And the kid's throwing, like he's getting, all these guys throw strikes and then they try to throw real hard and they're all wild. Nobody's really,
that's from the hip.
Nobody's real good that I've seen yet that's consistent, that throws fast. But, whatever. I hit a couple of pretty good fast ones anyway. But they beat us. Like, they ruled us in the fourth, and they were up 18-4 in the fourth inning. They crushed us, and we were just embarrassing, throwing a ball everywhere, diving, falling. We played hard. We tried, and we were close. And it was like 5 errors that scored 18 runs. That's really what it was. Second game, I had to leave because of work, because I had appointments way out in Suffolk, so I had to leave in the extra inning while the extra inning started. We were winning the whole freaking game, so now they're like looking at us like, yo, we just ruled these fools, and
now it's a different game.
We were beating them 7-4 the whole game, and then they came back and tied the game in their bottom of their 6. Then we went in, it was tie, went into extra innings. I had to leave, and we wound up losing that game. And then last week, the same shit. We're up again, whole game, playing a good team. You can tell they were good. We're up the whole game, dude. We lost, and the game took 2 hours and 45 minutes. Went to extra innings, we lost. And then the second game, I don't know.
2 hours and 45
One
minutes.
softball game.
That's crazy.
That's like ridiculous.
That's.
I mean, come on. So I was like, I was like, I'm out. I gotta go.
Yeah,
again, I had to
2
work.
hours is like 2 games, you know?
It's crazy. We
Maybe
started.
a little less.
We started at 9 o'clock. I left at 12:30 after the first game, the first inning of the second game. 3 hours later. Crazy, dude.
No. That's
What do you think about that Mets game? I was texting you guys that night with the.
that's
a
the
ball
home
off
run
rail.
night, like that home run rail.
Which
like
one?
with the one
That was a good call.
when Reese Hopkins hit.
It wasn't a home run.
Yeah, but he was like you. There's a guy on social media. He has his own sports cast with John Boy,
Yeah.
where he fills in the blanks to what the guy's saying, and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you," and you read it. And he
You
was
see
like,
it.
"Yeah," and you
I can
see
see
it.
it, man.
I could see it saying, "Yeah," and he
He's
was
like,
like, "Yeah, yeah." You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
he said man. He went,
Yeah,
fuck you, little kid.
yeah.
Fuck you, man.
Because he's got this deep, crackly voice, and
a
he's like,
tool.
"Yeah,"
and then
yeah.
because he felt good after ruining it by letting VR steal home.
yeah."
Then he hit the home run to win the game. Nah, sorry, Reese.
Yeah, sorry, Reese.
Sorry, you.
I'm glad when you guys bomb you.
Reese's Pieces be out.
I'm not worried about Philadelphia.
No, I'm not
but
worried
yeah,
about it
that game was crazy.
I'm not
Everything that
worried-
went on, all the runs that they scored, all the runs they give up.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's
Their
inconsistent.
bullpen's,
So
their bullpen's garbage. Our pitching is way, way better than theirs, and we're not hitting. We're not hitting at any extent of the like any imagined part of the word. So St. Louis does nothing for me either. They do nothing for. What is St. Louis? Arenado's an absolute maniac stud. Okay, and they probably have 2 or 3 other like good players. You know, Reese Hopkins.
Reyes, look at Reyes closing out games. He's he's got 20-something innings, no runs,
No,
12.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm talking about offensively.
Right,
talking
I'm
about-
just meaning like
I'm talking about as a lineup.
So you don't want to, you don't want to get to him. But as a lineup, they don't
really
have.
have anything that scares you.
They still have Carpenter
They got
out there.
They got Matt Carpenter. They got
What is he like? 36.
They got Reese Hopkins. They got the outfielder is pretty good. What's his name? The kid, the fast kid with the long hair.
Wait,
but he hasn't done anything.
You're talking about the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
They don't not at first. They have Goldschmidt at first.
No, I didn't say first. I said the kid in the outfield. He's
Yeah, you
like
said Reese
center
Hopkins,
field.
but Reese isn't over there. Reese is in
Oh
Philadelphia.
no, he's in Philadelphia. I didn't mean. I'm sorry, Goldsmith. The center fielder, long
Bad,
hair.
Bader.
Bader.
They have Bader.
He's a good player, but he
Yeah.
hasn't really done anything. So, but he's a good player. He hits the ball hard. Cardinals don't do shit for me, like as far as scaring me yet, or at all. Philly really does. I mean, they're not Cardinals aren't in the division, but I'm thinking about all national.
They
League
just
teams.
watch who they're playing right now, and you look
Right.
at it. Yeah, Phillies don't scare me.
Listen, the Mets obviously can't get into too deep a hole, but the fact that our division is trash is a really good bonus for us
Yeah, look.
because they were showing statistics saying like,
Well, that's what I said. It was like
teams that's-
Washington's got no hitting and good pitching. Philadelphia is like 50%, like 50-50 on their hitting pitching. That doesn't do anything. Miami's like 50-50 because they're too young and they're not going to do anything. They're unimpressive. They got a good guy here and a good guy there, but not all together. And then after that, who are you sitting on? Atlanta. You know Atlanta's going to be good.
yeah, they got their guys, but
Atlanta's is missing one of their starters. Like they got hitters. They convince people to come over there. You got Freeman who can change the game.
Freeman's one top 5 hitter in the game. Acuna's top 5 hitter in the game. So they got 2 of the top 5 hitters. Well, I'd say top 10 hitters because Acuna's top 5. Freddie Freeman's top 10.
Yeah, and like Albie, Ozzy Albers, the second baseman.
Yeah, he's another stud.
He's a good, he's a guy who's might not reach his potential because he just keeps playing just under
Right,
what
he's
he could
supposed
do
to.
more, what he's supposed to do.
But I think the Mets are going to. Look, in the last 4 games, I didn't watch today's game at all because I was busy.
Oh,
with the day game.
they with enough patience, they walked in 3 runs.
See, they're not even scoring; they're walking in. But whatever, I'll take it. I don't care.
Well, they are scoring.
They're scoring.
just not hitting the ball.
They're scoring on wild pitches. They're scoring on like stuff like that, stealing home. They're not scoring runs on hits, and it's starting to get alarming. But I feel like they're going to hit. It doesn't matter. Like I shouldn't say that because up until today, they scored 5 runs in 4 straight games. At least 5 runs in 4 straight games. You're on your way. You know what I mean? To me, you're starting to hit, and so I'm confident that they're going to hit. I'm confident Lindor's going to hit. I'm not one of these.
Yeah, I look.
People are jumping ship
Yeah,
on
but
that dude
I
way
get
too
it though.
early,
You
bro.
know what it is? Look, it's your whole life you've been rooting for the Mets. Okay, they give you just enough to make you excited.
I understand
and
the frustration,
happy.
but giving up on. All right, how about this? Think about the old big picture.
Okay.
He's in the first year of an 11-year deal, right? Essentially.
people are giving up on him in the first month of the first year of an 11.
Well, not even 30 games into
Not
it.
even 30 games in. So just think about how that sounds. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all
like,
I'm saying.
What?
Now listen,
You've
you
been
want
here
to
for
say
27
you
games.
want to bitch and moan and say Rojas is not the guy for the team. I can get that argument. I can understand that argument. You want to sit there and tell me that Chili Davis wasn't doing whatever he needed for the team because 2 years in a row they were, the worst in runners with scoring position.
Yeah, but I think that like the hitting coach.
I don't believe in that. Yeah,
but
come
the
on.
hitting
That's
coach is.
stupid.
Well, how much does the hitting coach play when it comes to you being a professional hitter, right? And that skill got you there. What you do got you get. Maybe they can tweak it here and there.
Hitting coach does just like a pitching coach. As much as they don't do anything to affect the game,
They can help.
they can help it in ways that we don't see it, and then they can hurt it in ways that we don't see it. But at the same time, that's the first step of firing. Like when you're not going to fire the manager first, you're going to fire the
right.
hitting coach.
You want to go.
You're gonna fire the
Like you
pitching
keep
coach.
going up the.
Then you're going to work your way up. Not like Charles Dolan firing fucking JD. He just went. He cleaned house. He fired JD and Gordon back, same day, and then the Rangers fight. JD constructed this team essentially. Now listen, Gordon did some stuff, but he made some fucking pretty moves too.
Right.
Like you can't really give him credit on Panarin because Panarin was coming in because of Davison. If Davison, like they're the architects with this team. You want to get rid of Gordon, I get it.
Somebody has to go.
Somebody, maybe
but
shouldn't it be the coach?
But it.
Should it be Quinn? And
I don't think it should be Quinn. I don't think so.
So you fired a GM and the fucking president?
I think it's
instead of the coach,
right? I mean, but yeah, I mean,
who talking about scapegoat? Who had Drury comes in, he's firing fucking
right. Like
Quinn's gone.
But here's the problem with
they're gonna hire Messi. Apparently, Messi is gonna be the man.
Okay, maybe it works out, right? But here's the thing about Dolan, which has always been there. He's a jerk.
He's
a jerk off, right?
He's awful.
He's awful, but he owns it, and he's not going anywhere. When you didn't like him for hockey many, many years ago, he stepped away. Then he went back in there.
He left them alone, and it was successful. Now look
right, and he jumps back in there. Same thing with the Knicks. Every time he decides to do something that he feels in his heart that he knows the sport and the players and how it's done, he ruins it.
I'm sorry, I'm eating popcorn. It's fucking
to
delicious.
make that deal, like going back to like Carmelo Anthony, right?
So good, dude.
Carmelo Anthony's a top 10 ball player. We don't give him a lot of credit because he couldn't win here.
Top 10 ball player where?
I mean, top 10 scorer of all time, right? So I'm not talking about now. He is, by the way. He just passed Hayes.
Broke the threshold?
Yeah, he passed Hayes for the number 10 on all time. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Look, but he was always a good ball player. He just wasn't going to make everybody better around him.
He was a great ball player, but you're right. He didn't make
But they did it by himself, okay? That team that they put
definitely
together.
didn't make everybody better.
He didn't. But that team that they put together out there to get to the playoffs with Woodson, with Novak in the wing, right? Like, because, again, Dolan stepped in, cleaned house, got rid of all those guys, 6 for 1, brings in Melo when you could have tried to make it, try to sign him as a free agent, keep all your talent, the Gallinaris, Raymond Felton was on fire.
I wasn't
Wilson
terrible.
Chel-
I wasn't completely against that deal, but I liked Gallinari a lot. I liked Chandler. I really liked Chandler.
Chandler was one of the few people that played defense.
Yeah.
I mean, like there was a lot
they gave up a lot. And
Raymond Felton was playing. He was on fire.
I wasn't the biggest Felton
right,
fan.
but he was 17 points a game, 6 assists.
No, you're right.
Super defense.
His numbers speak for themselves. I wasn't against that though. I love Carmelo's game. I think that he was just never Batman. He was always Robin, and that was the problem.
We didn't have, and you
They
can't.
never
Robin will never be successful as Batman.
They never got him a Batman, and that was the problem. He's not gonna be a triple double guy. He's gonna be a 50-point guy. He's not gonna be a triple double guy.
No.
He's not gonna. The guy's 6'8", and he averaged 4 rebounds a game. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, you're not gonna look at his.
You should accidentally get 4 rebounds.
Right, like
you
you're not
should
going to
walk
look
into
at it.
4
They're like,
rebounds.
the Knicks were down by 30, and
didn't
he
play that
scored
game?
30
With
in the
12
game,
15
with
rebounds.
No,
It was
not
it was almost like an anomaly if he had over double-digit rebounds.
Yeah.
because he just didn't play that game. He sat on the perimeter, especially later in his career because he was such a good shooter. Like he's one of the best pure shooters I've ever seen. But he didn't move. Like he didn't give himself or the team.
Watching you jiggle is fucking hysterical.
He didn't give himself or the team an ability to move the ball. The ball gets stuck in one spot, but it's not his fault because he didn't have anybody else to
Right,
give
and
the
his
ball to.
game is also ISO.
Who's he giving
It's
the
an
ball
ISO,
to?
But his game is ISO.
Right.
Right.
But if he had other people, You can let him play that ISO game and run a certain run an offense through that other 4 guys.
But that playoff run that they went on with Woodson, with Novak over there, that he was 6'10" 3-point shooter. He just stood in the corner, and when they collapsed,
that team was built to win though because just the way it was built.
It was a
they
good
had six
conference finals.
They were pretty good defensively. They had really good shooters.
Really
on
good
that team.
shooters.
Yeah.
When you collapsed and you left them open, they all hit their shots.
I'll tell you, I would have loved to seen a healthy Amari and with Melo for a couple of years. Because healthy Amari, he was an animal when he was healthy, dude.
Yeah.
Listen. I'll be honest with you though.
He had that microfracture surgery in his.
It just puts it in more perspective about how much Randall doesn't get respect. Like Randall should be in a conversation, top 3 or 4 guys in the NBA for MVP. That's how good he's.
Well, yeah. What is he? They said he was somewhere.
He broke the top 10. He
Yeah.
broke the top 20 like 3 weeks ago. Finally, I'm like, this guy is beasting it every night, bro. And not only is he doing that, you talk about making your team better.
Yeah, Randall is everything.
He's everything.
He's everything.
He deserves any contract he gets. He's going to be a max guy, and people are going to like, is he worth it?
100%.
1000%. Because right now, all the guys ever done in his career is get better.
Now,
It's all he's ever done.
And knowing like a team like with Dolan, right?
And I trust Kobe proteges. I do. Even though it was 1 year, I just
Dolan rejects Randall. Randall goes to, I say like the Clippers. I'm just going to make something up.
Probably.
He goes to the
Back
Clippers.
to LA somewhere.
He goes to the Clippers with Kawhi and PJ, and they win a championship
I could see that happening.
with all the little pieces mixed in
with
there.
a couple of big men.
Yeah, that's it.
I can see that happening. I think that he's built. He plays defense. He does everything now. He rebounds. He passes the ball. He drives the ball and kicks out. He leads the league in dishes to the corner for 3. They have a stat for everything now. They said that the other day.
There are people on social media that attack me when I go, that's not a real stat.
No, I heard this. If Mike Breen says it, it's real. He leads the league in kickouts to the corner, not on the perimeter, just to the corners. RJ and Bullock and Derrick Rose, these guys, all they do is find the crease somewhere when he drives. Because either he's going to school somebody and take him to the hole, or he's kicking it to somebody. Yeah. And it happens it's like clockwork. All they got to do is hit the shots. They didn't hit the shots against Denver yesterday, so they got smoked.
Yeah, but
if they don't make shots, they're not going to win.
When the Joker's out here doing that,
they weren't playing defense. Nerlens Noel's hurt. They don't have. I'll tell you right now, if we had fucking Robinson, this team would be lights out in the playoffs. I would put us against almost anybody in the playoffs if we had a healthy Robinson. Like the Nets are the best team. The Nets are the best team. Don't get me wrong. I still agree with that. I think better than Philly. I think Philly's the team will always be that underachieving. You keep watching it, right?
Yeah, I can't help it.
What are you watching?
I wanted to watch that shit so bad.
What is it?
So it's the video of the press conference with
50's already getting on.
With Mayweather and Logan Paul and his drama. And 50 goes on him it's great.
As much as I started hating boxing, this shit right here.
This is the great. It's the kind of stuff if you have the ADD kicks in.
So 50's going in on Mayweather?
Always.
That's Mayweather?
Yeah, so he grew his beard out and
I
grew
thought
his
that
hair.
was 50 Cent.
No. So he's been going.
It looks like a crackhead 50 Cent.
Do you know that?
I can get away with it. They can hear
right?
it. They won't be able to see it. They can hear it, though.
Right.
I'm going to show Sean. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. You got to look up on the screen.
What's up? You want to run it 2 in 1 night?
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
You want to run it 2 in 1 night?
Right in front.
You want to run it 2 in 1 night?
Absolutely.
So let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this ball.
Get Al Hammond.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Hammond.
Let me call Al Hammond.
I'm my
Let's
own
make it
boss.
happen.
I'm my own
2 in
boss.
1 night. Got you that.
Listen.
Wow.
Yep. You see, that was his brother that stepped in.
Oh, they're going at it.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, the fuck they playing with? Play no motherfucking games.
Watch out, guys. Watch out. Move, come on.
Play no motherfucking games with me. Bitch, who you think you playing with?
That shit is fucking
Wait.
great.
There's more.
I'm gonna show him behind the scenes on
This
that.
is great, dude.
On that,
So there's he goes back after him, right?
Who goes
And
after whom? Mayweather.
Mayweather comes back right now. He goes after him, and as he gets close, Logan Paul grabs his head because it hurts.
broke his tooth.
He knocked his tooth out.
And look
gave
at
him a
his eye.
black
Look at
eye.
his left eye. Yeah,
That's
you
what you
could
get for
hear.
touching a
You could
dude's hat.
hear how flush his punches. Look, he's grabbing his head
Don't ever touch my hat.
because it hurts.
Fucking Logan Paul.
So that's why it was.
I typically don't. I typically hate Mayweather because he's a fucking woman beater and they never get my respect. But Logan Paul is such a bitch.
look.
Look at him.
That's his
He-
brother.
That's his brother. He's crying.
He literally was crying, dude.
They beat up my brother.
Dude, what are you crying
Oh,
about?
that's great. You
Oh.
want to get in a ring and fight Mayweather? And you
And you're
crying?
crying. Oh God! I hope. You know, it'd be great if they both punched each other in the head and died of an
Well,
aneurysm.
supposedly what they wanted to do was he fights one brother and then fights the other brother, and the
But
same
he
night.
should fight them both.
gonna-
He
it's
should
gonna
fight
be
them
a
both
fu-
at the same time.
Well,
It's gonna be a back-to-back
I said,
fight.
yeah, like so he.
But a tag team, how great would
I
that
said
be?
it was like wrestling rules, like he
wrestling
fights-
rules, but boxing. That would be awesome. You could jump off the top rope, but you could only punch.
Yes, but so what happens is. So what happens
Have an
is
AJ Styles flying forearm.
well, it was great, like a tagger, right? He goes in 3 minutes, fights one pole, brother goes in,
Yeah,
tag out the
I would.
other.
I would still bet on Mayweather. Those bums are.
So when we
bums.
started this, you said, remember when you were a kid and they said, how much money would it take for you to get to punched by Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
How much?
For me,
Yeah. It's a flush shot.
We got
one
the-
punch,
We got the numbers going up.
one punch,
One punch.
$1 million.
Oh, see, I said $5 million,
Damn.
but
No, I'll do
there.
it for $1 million.
All right.
It's one
But
punch,
which
bro.
one? Mike Tyson from his prime or Mike Tyson now?
No, now. What do you mean? Fucking, if it's Mike
Yeah,
Tyson in
yeah.
his like meaty prime,
Yeah, $5 million.
probably like.
Because you know you're not going to survive the
Well, I'll
punch.
probably still do it for $1 million. $1 million is a lot of money.
You gotta leave it to
$1
somebody.
million is not a lot of money right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got to be guaranteed I'm not going to die.
No,
That's
you
all.
will. You will. Like,
Nah,
you're going
I
to go
don't think
brain
so.
dead.
You have a
My
fucking
20-year-old Mike Tyson is going
You
to
have a
punch you
fucking
flush.
aneurysm.
I got a melon head, dude.
Yeah, let me tell you
I've
something.
got hit with
Unless you're
steel
Mexican,
and
I
wood
don't see you
and
surviving
baseball
at all.
bats. I've never been knocked out. It's crazy.
I've been hit by a lot of things, but
Me
I've
too.
never been hit by a
I've been
Mike Tyson
I
punch.
hit by more foreign objects than I have been
Do you
by
know-
fists.
There was a video where these two kids got into a fight with Mike Tyson at a hotel in Brooklyn back when he was, I think Mike Tyson was in his late 20s. So they said, these two kids, when they sued him, they said that he hit him with a pole. And he was like, I didn't use a pole. And he was like, yeah, they were suing. So they brought the footage out.
You hit me with a pole.
They brought the footage out. They said that, you know, the dividers, the velvet rope dividers, the poles. They brought the footage out, and it wasn't a pole.
The VIP
That's how
ropes.
hard. That's how hard he hits. Is that you think you got hit by a
by a
pole?
pole, but it was a rope.
That it was his fist.
I said I'd never been knocked out. I didn't say Tyson wouldn't because he would. But $1 million is a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Million dollars a lot
so
of money.
so here comes Mayweather, and he's like, look, you got 6 months to train as a boxer. Doesn't matter who. You just got 6 months to train as a boxer. I fight you, $1 million.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would fight him.
Yeah. So same thing with Logan Paul. I said I would talk
How
shit
much
to-
is it? How long is he giving me to train?
6 months.
He's gonna knock me out in the first round, but it's fine.
Fuck,
I'll
I'm gonna
take
learn
it.
how to run.
I'll run. All I got.
You're a big boy,
I'll
so I
gra-
think
yeah.
I think if you don't lose weight,
No,
like you could absorb that shit.
I could definitely take his punches, but listen, he's gonna dodge every single one of mine though. Like,
Yeah, you ain't gonna have a shot at
no
hitting
way.
her.
So I'll cheat. I'll just get him like he'll try rope a dope, and I'll grab his little fucking scrawny
I
ass.
could see like you picking up your
and,
knee
oh,
as he runs.
totally dirty. I'd do all types of dirty shit.
It'd be like Nate.
Yeah, like
Pick
like,
him up and
yeah.
elbow drop him like Macho
They're
Man
like,
Randy Savage.
Right, like they're like all of a sudden they deduct 2 points. There's no
Fuck
points to
that.
take away from you anymore.
And for every time he hit a woman, I get to do an elbow
Yeah.
drop.
Well, they'll give you one elbow drop, but you know,
Fuck Mayweather.
and then 3 more rounds worth of running.
You,
You know, after 4 rounds, he'll have lost all the weight that he wanted to from running. Massive in-ring cardio.
oh shit.
That's great. What's that?
You buy any drinks? No.
You know,
No, that's right. Keep those.
you know all the memes.
You don't want a beer?
You know all the memes with Nate
Yeah.
laying on the ring. It'd be Sean and on the side of the dugout, the Mets.
Go rolling down the steps.
Yeah.
Slowly sliding down the steps.
That would definitely be me.
Oh man. We I gotta say in those celebrity fights, like you ever see was like Jose Canseco and Danny Bonaducci?
Yeah.
Like those dudes like Screech.
That was pretty entertaining. I watched those. That was blackout, no, knockout, whatever the
Something,
hell
yeah, like and they just put gloves on them and they're like, go for
MTV
it.
night blackout.
And you
man.
see one dude, they just throw punches like this. They just throw it, and then one guy leans in because he thinks he's got the opening. Boop. Good night.
How about the slap fest? Do you ever see the slap?
Oh
contest?
man, I don't know what's wrong with people, man.
The slap?
But the Russians.
Oh, Slapfest. That's
Yo, the Russians, man, forget it. You cannot. You cannot defeat the. You ever see them when they size it up too, right? And the first guy, it's just his fingertips, and then the Russian guy looks at him like, "Is that all you have?" And then the Russian guy spits on his hands. He dries them out in the dryer.
You don't punch hard.
Slap.
Like,
And
boom.
slaps the life out of him. Like you could see the spirit
Slaps
just
off the
leave
spirit.
and look down and go, "I'm not coming back. I'm not going back in that body. Fuck that. Just not happening."
Like tapping out.
Yeah, the ghost is tapping out for him. He threw in the towel. They were like, "Where'd that towel come from?" His spirit was like, "Don't go back in there. Don't do it."
Please don't touch me.
You
don't want to go
I
back.
want you to live, but don't go back into fight.
Touching's no good.
It's not safe. So, yeah, it's amazing though. Like if you had to, like if you like say, if somebody was gonna challenge me to a fight, it'd be like if it's not in the ring and for money, then I'm not wasting my hands in a street fight at 48 years old.
Hola, Tony.
uh,
Tony says, hola, chicos.
Hola, chicos. There you go. Yeah.
Choco.
Hola. No, it's not
No,
Choco.
he put chicos.
He wrote chicos.
Yeah.
It's not all about you, Mike. It's not all about you all the time, all right? I'm back.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
All right? You can't talk the whole show now,
My
Mike. Can you
bad.
let me get a word in, please? Jesus freaking Christ.
I mean, the last show was pretty good.
Jesus, John, Marty, and Joseph. Last show was pretty.
I
Yeah,
had a UFC fighter here.
You had a what?
UFC fighter.
Did you?
You didn't see it?
Oh, he's got a new character?
No,
we
no.
had-
It was me, Mikey, and
I
it
had
was
a
a UFC
substitute.
fighter.
I had to pull a rabbit out my hat at the last minute. Yeah.
Stanchiel Jones.
Nope, no character. You didn't see. Then you didn't watch the show.
I didn't watch the show. Dude,
See?
I told you how
I
busy
exactly. He was like, "I'm not watching it
Bro,
because I'm not in it."
Did I tell you how crazy I was?
You like watching yourself. That's
I don't.
why.
I haven't watched anything. I haven't, bro. I from last week to this week, I haven't done anything.
Mikey's son
I work.
is a UFC fighter. Mikey the engineer.
We're gonna have everybody like go back and look at last week's episode now. That'd be like,
Yeah, good. Go back and watch it. I wasn't here, so I
So
won't-
it makes sense.
I won't annoy you. I won't annoy you with my.
So it's a
talking.
clear, straight through, good episode.
But no, I didn't. I didn't watch it. You know what's funny? I don't think I watched the show before that either. To be honest with you, it's just been a crazy 2 weeks, bro. It really has been.
Let me ask you.
And I'm
is
happy
the
about it.
housing market going up?
It's fucking insane. No, prices are pretty much. I mean, if I had to say anything that I noticed, it would be a slight drop maybe in prices, but not.
So what is it, a buyer's
It's
or a
not-
seller's market?
Right, it's still a seller's market. It's not. They didn't drop dramatically, but people. You know what it is? I shouldn't even say that because houses are selling over asking price. But certain areas aren't selling as quickly as they used to because of the condition New York is in. You know, New York is a mess, dude. It's just a fact. So, I think a lot of people in the boroughs are moving to the suburbs, and a lot of people in the suburbs are moving south. But you know, it's still, you know, it's still active because there's so much less inventory than there are buyers. There's for every house there's 20 buyers. So it's just it's you know, that's probably an accurate number too. It's that crazy. So all of my dealings with, you know, I have a couple of that I'm selling. So all the houses that I'm selling, I got to field 30, 40 calls, you know, 25, 30 calls a day. Is it available? When can I see it? Who, you know, questions, this, that, and the other. And I listed a new one today in Jamaica, St. Albans. So if you're looking for a house in St. Albans, Run DMC style, what up? Call me. 516-399-7333. The E13 Real Estate Group. We love it when a plan comes together. Ding, 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 ding.
So and in last week's episode we discussed the A-Team, and we had this.
yeah.
And we
You
sang
guys
the
don't-
song.
That's
Yeah,
great.
we did,
That's
yeah.
great. So you guys like I live
That shit
vicariously there.
Yeah, it took.
Yeah, it's
off.
been, but yeah, you know what, Mike? It's not. I shouldn't say that prices have dropped. I just think I've seen a little lull compared to like a year ago when when I first really got into this a year and 18 months ago. It was crazy, like crazy. But it's still that way. But when the interest rates go up, and they will, I feel like the prices are going to have to go down because people aren't going to be able to afford an $8,000 mortgage. It's just not going to work. And if you go at these rates, at these prices right now, like Queens especially, can you imagine a $1.2 million home, which is a good price for a nice, 60 by 100 lot, single family, Bayside, Flushing, like really nice, like North Flushing. What do you think a mortgage like that would be on like 7%? I mean, who the hell can afford that? You're paying more money to the bank. Right now they're at 3%. You could get a mortgage on a $500,000 house for like $3,500 a month. $4,000 with your insurance and everything a little bit more, but it's affordable, which is why everybody's buying houses now because the rates are low and it's affordable. And when the rates go up, it won't be as affordable. So what are sellers going to have to do to sell a house? They're going to have to drop.
They're gonna have to drop the price a lot,
a lot.
not a little, a lot.
But I
yeah.
don't think I don't think that the Fed is going to let it get that high. I think that they're going to have to gradually increase it and level it back off to where it was. But before COVID, it was at like 5%, 5.5%, 6%.
Right,
And
and
that's
you know,
double
and
of what it is now.
2 years from now, it's going to reach that and
Probably,
and even more.
yeah. I'd say 2 years are probably a good estimate. Who knows? But it's not like I have a crystal ball. But we're at a point right now where it's very, very active. Houses are on fire. People are selling them. Not literally. We don't need firemen. They're selling in a week. I sold a house in Ozone Park, 2-family, in one day, 33,000 over asking. I sold a house when I relisted my Flushing listing. I sold that in one day. Cash deal, all cash deal, almost $1 million. So it's, people got $1 million in the bank. That's for sure.
They got something.
Somebody does.
No, they got something.
It ain't
going
me.
on. It ain't me.
Soon enough, though. Soon enough, baby.
It ain't me, bro.
I got goals.
Good.
I'm building a team. I'm bringing my son in. It's looking good. I got a couple of guys I'm bringing in. We got the future is very bright for the A-Team, man. We're rocking and rolling. We got a lot of inventory as a family, as a group right now. We have a lot of inventory. So anybody who has any interest in real estate, buying, selling, investing, whatever you got to do, give me a call. Seriously, we could help you. We're really good at what we do. 516-399-7333. Thank you.
Good to hear. That's what we need, more people, putting more people in houses and
Yeah, you got to live somewhere.
homes. You got to live somewhere.
Better than renting, man. If you could afford it, it's better than renting.
That I know.
Why pay for something that you're not keeping?
You're just
If
wasting
you
it.
don't have,
Just wasting
if
it.
you don't have to.
But you're wasting it. It's your money's being wasted away.
I think a lot of people don't realize how that they can actually buy a house too, and it works opposite. Some people,
But even someplace like here, like you can buy an apartment, which becomes your home, Whereas it's funny, but like in California, they don't do that. Like they'll rent for like 50 years, and it'll be a low rent on a
Right.
big space, because it's either home or an apartment, and you rent it. You don't buy it.
right,
The East Coast thing is that buy your apartment thing is
Right,
new.
right.
And so people that come out here and they're like, "What, you want me to buy it? Like I'm prepared to rent for 6 months, not buy."
because it's just the mentality. Again, everything in life is the way it's perceived.
I got a buddy of mine who's a Suffolk County cop, and fucking lives in Manhattan in a loft. I'm like,
That's ridiculous.
what
Do you
are
know that
thinking?
Some people just love the city, though. Like you can't. Like I hate the city. I personally don't even go. I don't even go to the city like socially anymore.
You don't hate the city?
I just don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
I
don't.
can't even remember
Yeah,
the
but
last time I
It's
was
not.
there.
It's.
like,
Yeah, I was there. I was there like a year and a half ago to meet somebody for business, and they changed all the bus lanes and the driving lanes, and I'm driving around. Dude, I used to know the city like the back of my hand. I drove. I had a fleet of vehicles and drivers that I had to control all over the tri-state area. I know the whole area, not just Manhattan. Now I go to the city, I didn't even recognize what, certain blocks I was able to go down now. I can't go down because there's bus violations and lanes and fucking green lanes, red lanes, orange lanes. There's so many colored lanes now. I was freaking out. I swear I was freaking out.
That's
I'm a
what
good
tourists.
driver.
That's what tourists do. They freak
Dude,
out when they come
I
in
can
here.
see why people are freaking out, though. You don't know if you should be in a red lane or in a green lane or there's no paint. Like, I don't know where I should be.
So Giambi got a private message for you going up on the screen.
What do we got there? He's got a private message coming up on this.
Nah, you see it? You got it, Giambi?
I don't
It
see
says,
anything from. I see Sheen.
I on Facebook.
I'm not watching Facebook. I'm on YouTube.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so anyway, the city's got me all freaked out. And listen, I like certain things about the city. I like the tourist things, which I never did. I actually told Trish, I want to go to what does he say? I tried, but your boy Robert said I didn't qualify. I said people don't realize if they are qualified. If you're not qualified, then you're just not qualified.
Oh, was that
But good try though. Listen,
supposed to be a private
Giambi, you know the
message?
deal, bro.
Is that supposed to be a
And
private
And
message?
I'm sure that no, because it's always certain things. It could be a minor thing.
No, I'm saying shouldn't that have been a private message? Is
I
what
don't know. Well,
said.
he showed it to me. I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
read.
he showed
I
it
didn't
to-
read the message.
Okay.
The message was more in depth. What I'm saying is, like, it could be a little bit of a down payment. So you need a couple years to save some more money, like a year or two. Which is worth it. But there are programs that people could look into where you don't need the full down payment. Like FHA loans and Chi loans, and there's programs and stuff that you can do.
He's like, nah. He's like, how can I not qualify? I got 2 jobs.
Yo, he works hard like an animal.
So what you were saying is like you like to when it comes to the city, you like to do the touristy thing.
I'd
right?
rather, so I told Trish that I want to do like a museum tour. So we're gonna hit MoMA. I'm gonna hit Museum of Natural History.
Over the years, that's one of the things that I brought in. Like when you get a chance, when you're free and you have nothing to do, be a tourist.
Yeah.
Find a weekend to be a tourist.
Yeah.
And you understand that why hundreds of millions of people
It's a great
every
city
year
that way.
come here.
It's a great city that
Let
way.
me ask you guys, when was the last time any of you guys went to the Empire State Building?
So it's funny you bring that up. Remember the NFL experience when it was at Giant Stadium, the Super Bowl? That was only like 6 years ago, maybe a little longer. They did the NFL experience at Times Square. They shut the whole 8 blocks down, and they did like a punt thing. It was really cool. So I took Shawnee, and we're walking around. It was freaking Super Bowl, so it's dead of January. It's freezing, And we did a couple of the events and things and checked it out. And then we went to the M&M factory, the M&M store rather, and I bought like $30 worth of M&Ms, which I had to bring that up because if you haven't gone to the M&M store, man, and I'm not like the biggest candy. This store is amazing, dude. They have every different flavor M&Ms. It's amazing, right? Long story short, Shawnee I go, what do you want to do? It's 11 o'clock. We can't go home. This is bullshit. Let's do something. So Shawnee's looking around. I'm like, let's do. He looks up and he goes, when was the last time you ever been to when was the last time you went to the Empire State Building? And it was 10:15, literally 10:15 or so. And I was like, never. In all my years, I'd never been. So I Googled it. They were open till 11 or whatever it was, 9:45 to 10, whatever it was. Went straight there. Got the last elevators up. One of the last, paid the full price. It was fucking $50 a person. Or whatever.
Because there's 3 stages. There's the regular observation deck. There's the mid-level, and there's the tower.
No, we went to the regular one. It was
Okay.
$50 or something like that. $47 or whatever.
You tell yours, I'll tell mine.
Didn't matter because there was no line. We went right to an elevator. We went to a certain floor. We had to switch out. We did a round of rope thing. Then we got another elevator and went to the observation deck. The guy goes in the elevator. The guy goes, oh, normally it's 3 different sections of elevators. There's nobody here. We went up, and they gave us to their credit, they didn't kick us out. We could stay. We were allowed to stay as long as we wanted to stay, and it was awesome. It was like seeing the city from all the different directions. I could see the Unisphere in Flushing Meadow Park. I could see the Carlisle Towers and Skyline Towers.
On a clear day from up, you can see Connecticut. You can see.
On a shitty day, you could see Uranus.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking on a shitty day.
The planet Uranus.
Yeah.
On a shitty night.
And
Sean's back.
So we were going to go to the Empire State Building, and the top is 167. We wanted to go all the way up.
Yeah.
But between that, and I had these tickets for, it was a small museum, an art exhibit for this guy, Brian Clark, who does this really great stuff with glass work and artwork inside it. And we went there, and it was
what was the place?
it's Brian. It was a Brian Clark.
Oh, it's like a gallery, his own gallery.
Yeah, and the gallery was on 59th, right at the Columbus Circle on 59th Street.
I want to do like museums that I never did, but I haven't been to MoMA since I was a kid. I haven't been.
We went to the Guggenheim.
See,
a couple of years
I never
ago.
went to Guggenheim.
Oh my God,
Never been to Guggenheim.
it's arousing.
Never been to the museum. I never been
It
to
is-
the
it
Museum
was-
of Modern Art. I mean, not Modern Art. That's MoMA.
That's
Museum of Moving Image, which
Yeah.
I heard was a really cool.
Yeah, like it's
place.
here. It's right in your backyard. man.
Bodies. I never been to
I
Bodies.
haven't been to Bodies.
I heard Bodies was excellent.
Yeah.
The Wax Museum. I haven't been to the Wax Museum. Those four up there, and then I want to do the Museum of Sex, which I heard was like. To me, that's just kind of it's like whatever. But I heard it was okay,
It's okay.
and Trish was like, "Oh, we'll go." I'm like, "All right, whatever." But it's
Yeah, the Guggenheim was
everybody does sex. You know what I mean?
the Guggenheim was arousing. You won't even need to go to the Museum of Sex.
Guggenheim is around.
It's arousing.
Why?
That, except because
so
it's
confused right
yeah, that art is just
Like phallics. It's like he's
no,
got.
no. Like it was like it was just.
Does he
the
have a lot
art
of
is
long,
so amazing.
slender, pointy art?
No, but anyway, that artwork at the Guggenheim was.
Does he have a lot of? Does he have a lot of like art that looks like it
No,
goes
no, it
inside
was like it was
something else?
arousing being educated.
Like
That's
it goes
that's what it
inside
was.
something else.
That's
Like
what
one piece of art goes inside
in the
another piece of
Guggenheim.
art?
Yeah. So the artist, the artwork, fucks each other. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
so Mike says it.
Yeah, I
Mike-
said it
Mike officially cursed more than I did tonight.
twice. Anyway, but
I
the
only cursed
Guggenheim,
once.
the Guggenheim is.
I got to do that. That's on the
worth
list.
it. Like
It's
we
on the
went
list.
back to the
I think
Museum
it's
of
gonna.
Natural
I think it's
History.
going to take probably like 4 or 5 visits because
We should go on a field trip, and then you know what?
Let's do it.
We
Talk
should-
about it.
School.
Yeah, we
yeah.
should start off at.
This is a
at
school trip planned
the-
right here.
Talk about it on a podcast.
Museum of Larry Flint.
I would see that. I would. There's a museum of Larry Flint. You know that? Do you want to hear
There's
something?
got to
There
be
is on the
something.
website.
I'm gonna tell you something about Larry Flint that you're gonna love.
There's got to be something there.
So you know the history of Hustler magazine. Again, their only competition was Playboy. So in order to compete with Playboy, they had to have a hardcore sense of, and to all you children out there and millennials
There's no children
who have
listening to
no idea what pornography
There's no children listening to
magazines
this.
are, because porn is free on the internet. Like
Yeah.
we
Who
used to,
paid for that?
I mean, we used to have to rub one out from the Sears winter catalog. I mean, from the summer catalog when chicks are in bathing suits.
that was
and
like that was pre
Girl with a
1970.
girl with a flat ass. And
I don't know
I'm
what you're talking about. Pre
I'm sitting in the
1970.
bathroom rubbing one out to
Convincing, sorry, you got to
to
convince
a
somebody.
not so hot chick with a unibrow in
No,
the
you
Sears catalog.
you had to go to the video store and convince somebody that you knew that was older.
No, or you hit the,
To-
or you
to-
hit the
The
remote.
jiggle.
You
Yo,
hit the
did you-
remote, the 0 button, and you kept and you
on
get,
the original.
you get jiggly shit with
yeah,
the sound.
you could see it. You
could
could
get the
see it,
sound.
but you get the fuzzy on it.
It was awful. So,
ISIS
guys, you have no idea what you how good you have it now.
ISIS writes, what do you guys think about the firing of Davis and Slater?
Chili Davis and Slater.
I'm
Somebody had to go.
First of all, I'm talking about freaking porn right now. dude.
Hustler. You're just talking about Hustler, not porn. Just Hustler.
That's porn.
It's not porn.
Hustler is porn. I was talking about hitting a button with porn. We were talking about porn. It was a good subject.
Well,
Talking about titties.
it was.
Talking about Virginia.
No, no.
right, so anyway-
well, at least I'm in the clear now.
I said vagina. The vagina's
No,
not a
between the
curse
two
word.
of you.
I
Yes,
didn't
it is.
curse. Vagina's a curse?
Yes.
You literally say vagina's a curse.
Yes.
See, you are such a sensitive liberal little bitch.
I am not
Yeah,
a
you
sensitive
are. You are
liberal
such a
little bitch.
Sensitive. You're freaking triggered.
Not at
So
all.
anyway-
not
This
even,
This
not
is-
even
this
remotely
is the
close.
latest cancel culture.
Yeah, cancel it because he tried to wake her up with a kiss. She didn't have consent because she was sleeping. There's
Unreal.
a porn site that I actually dig where it's like guys put their penises in sleeping girls' mouths. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious because the girls wake up and they're like, oh, it's pretty funny, dude. And to my knowledge, none of them ever like filed charges. It was
Well, because it was their
part
job.
of- it's
It's part of their
it's
job.
called a porno,
It's part
guys.
of their fantasy.
It's called a
It's under
porn, guys.
fantasy porn.
So anyway,
it's not
but-
real.
The funny part is Larry Flint. So I was born in 1974. Okay, fun fact. So Larry Flint if you look at Hustler magazine, if you pull up Hustler magazine right now, and you look underneath the logo, it says hardcore since '74. So that's their kind of their slogan. Their slogan is hardcore since 74 because they were competing with Playboy, which was softcore. So when I was 14 years old or 15 years old or something like that, you probably know this. I was like, I'm getting that tattooed. I'm getting it. I'm getting that. Somewhere I'm getting it, baby. So down my left arm, I
You
got
should have got it down your left leg.
down my left arm from the shoulder to the wrist. I got hardcore since 74 in graffiti style letters down my left arm. And I get laughed at all the time from it. I don't give a I don't get tattoos for other people's enjoyment.
Well, okay,
I
that's
get
a good
tattoos 'cause
conversation.
I get tattoos for something. I
Right.
got it because I said I was getting it, and I love it, and I love it. So that's that. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
story of
funny.
Larry Flint.
Well, that's the story of Flint, and it rolls right into tattoos.
Bad tattoos.
Bad tattoos. Yeah, it was. I went in and I got this, right? The true tattoo.
True.
We were talking about that. But so I added a puzzle piece. So I added another piece to it.
Oh, did Tara get the other puzzle?
No.
So
So
cute.
somebody came
They're
up to
so
me.
cute.
Somebody came up to me and was like, yeah, you got some weird tattoos. I'm not gonna say who it was, right? And I was like, what? I was like, why are you affected by it? And he was like, I don't know, man. He goes, you just got these weird tattoos.
Because it's not a cartoon character.
Right, like
or
or-
a skull with flames coming out of its asshole.
Yeah, like a martial artist or something like that. And I was like, why? Like, what does it matter? And so my running joke, like you see, I have like 11. I was like, but it's my favorite cowboy boots. No, it looks like cowboy boots. That's what is
No, it doesn't.
okay. Well, anyway,
If I hope you got that as an 11 and not as cowboy boots.
yeah. I wouldn't put cowboy boots on it.
It
That's
doesn't look
the-
anything like
that's-
cowboy boots.
That's the point is like like you got what you wanted
Right,
to
you
get.
get
and
whatever
put it
you
on.
want. Who cares? If
Even if I wanted cowboy
Yeah,
boots, I
exactly.
would fucking
Get whatever you
put
want.
cowboy boots
Nobody
on
should
it.
have an opinion about it.
But you do have an opinion.
Well, you
just
can-
hold
you
on
can-
to it.
Hold on to yourself. You don't have to give your opinion
Yeah,
to the
you
person.
can- you have it.
Because nobody's asking
Just
you.
hold on to it.
I've never asked one person.
Why did you get that?
What? No, never. Oh, why would you ever get that? What do you? You know what? I wish somebody would do that to me because I'd just smack him right in the
So
mouth.
if he got a butterfly, you wouldn't ask him why?
Butterfly? No, I love butterflies.
I love butterflies.
I would get a butterfly.
This is the butterfly episode.
I'll get a butterfly.
The butterfly boys.
the butterfly bitches.
Yeah, what's up?
We take it hardcore. What?
Yeah.
I come at you like a slut.
We cool.
Cause we the
turn it to
butterfly
fire.
bitches,
What?
and we don't give a fuck.
Yeah. well, So
See, I didn't curse again. I only cursed twice.
So I remember a long time back, you had the Mets tattoo, right?
Yes,
With
the city
train
skyline.
and the city skyline
And a unisphere
Shea Stadium
and the globe in my inner arm.
in the arm.
It's kind of like it goes around the whole arm. It's goes all the way around. And then I have like the Met silhouette of the buildings behind the globe. I tried to put yellow in it. I make it like light from because we always remember that the globe was lit up at night.
Yeah. Usually it's a white light though.
Yeah, but
Yo,
you really can't do white to show it on a white.
White on a white guy?
Light could be yellow too, dude.
Frank Prieto.
So stupid. I
Writes-
didn't ask you for your opinion, Mike.
Frank Prieto writes.
Yeah,
yo,
Frank the Tank. What up?
Yo, the Scrambled Spice Channel.
The scrambled spice. Thank you, Frank the Tank.
Spice.
By the way, Frank the Tank is a cartoon comic book character. By the way, which is freaking awesome. He showed me a picture. It looks just like him, holding like an M16. It's fucking pretty badass. So congratulations to Frankie Prieto, Frank the Tank, for literally becoming a comic book character. Somebody he created a series and graphic novels, and he's a character.
Nice.
Which
Good
is
for you.
freaking awesome.
Congratulations.
But yeah, Frank's right. The Scrambled Spice Channel. You
Yeah.
put and I remember it was 47. I
You
never
couldn't do it on the remote. You could only do it on the box.
It went from Spice to Telemundo, and I was so pissed. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, it was great. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm watching Omega Satella.
Yeah, but
Unbelievable.
that being said,
But sometimes watching those Spanish talk shows is like watching porn. Jesus Christ.
well,
dude.
the broadcast, not the
Oh,
broadcasters, the
No,
weather, the weather report.
the variety shows, the regular variety shows.
There's one where
It's like the Nature Channel. Just
Like Gordo y
watching
Flaca.
Bigfoot.
there's
Flaca,
one.
Flaca y Gordo. Oh my God, bro!
There's
They bring,
one where
they bring these girls on. They look like literally.
she's jumping up and down, and her skirt splits open, and she's not wearing any panties, and it was on like 48 or something like that. It was like,
they look TikTok champions.
yeah, they
You know, like that
are.
hot,
The kings
like
are
smoke show.
Before it was TikTok.
Yeah.
Un TikTok.
Like TikTok is, you talk about porn. TikTok is like the buffer for porn.
What's the other one that the
Like if
the
you want to
show-
get horny because you're not sure you're gonna get horny, but you want to get horny.
TikTok.
Jesus Christ. It's disgusting, dude. I'm so glad I don't have a daughter, bro.
Oh.
I would give up. And I know, listen, it's not a shocker. You know, me and my girlfriend are going to get married at some point. Probably have a kid. If I have a daughter, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be really freaking weird. Like, bad. I'm going to be very protective. I could see it. I already could see it.
But there's going to be a point where.
Well, I think more of it's not, I don't think it's so much that I'm going to be overprotective because I wasn't necessarily that way with Shawnee. I mean, he's a boy; it's different.
But I think that's like
it's
guys
the
think
state.
differently
I
about
think it's
it.
the state of the world.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Well, you know what?
The world is
the state of the
fucked
world that the kids are going into now,
I feel bad
is
for
a
shit.
is a social media world, right? And so it's a superficial world. Like there's all these
Nothing wrong with that.
No, dude, are you kidding? Look at that. I mean,
right,
come
and
on.
that's what they're told. Like that's what people are told to do to make money. Like you don't have to go. You don't.
I will break my
I can't
daughter's
stand- I can't stand your
I don't know,
face today.
doorknob. I'll not let her out of her room. I guess I shouldn't say. That
Yeah,
physical.
I
I was gonna say break.
I will break
her
the
doorknob,
sticks
and she's trapped.
in my basement as she's tied down in the dungeon because I won't let her out.
Dude, looking at that shit is nuts, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
But that's like,
These
but,
girls are like 17, bro. It's ridiculous.
but this is what's
man.
that other one? There's another one where they members.
15, 16, 17. And then people wonder what's going on with child pornography. Like, what are you doing? Dude, I don't watch TikTok. Trisha's on it all day. I don't look at it. And she goes, how come you don't like TikTok? And I'm like, because it's all naked chicks dancing around. And like, listen, I appreciate the naked girl like anybody else. But I'm not the kind of guy that could just sit there and stare at my phone looking at naked chicks. You know what I mean? It does nothing for me. I don't know.
They got monkeys.
Dude, it's crazy. See, that's cool. No, but listen, let me tell you something. TikTok was not always that.
Did you ever see that
now?
one
Now
where-
TikTok is cool.
When they're in the safari and the two monkeys jump on the hood of the car and the monkey gets behind the other one,
Dude.
and he has sex with the monkey in front of it and he looks at them.
I got a
and he
video.
looks at them.
I have a video that I have to share to TikTok. Now I really want to because it's hilarious. So anyway, just a disclaimer. I like TikTok now. I still don't really go on it much, but I like it now because like there's construction like pages and shit,
Yeah.
wild stuff. Like I saw this really awesome shit with this guy had a fucking 420 end load, like big backhoe, and he got it like just like he did with what they do with the Bobcat. He had to get it. The track broke. One of the tracks broke. He had to get it on the flatbed truck without, because he couldn't ride the ramp because the track broke. So he rode up the fucking truck ramp on one side, track.
To get
but
it
he
up
couldn't
there.
go too high because the whole trailer was.
So then he had
fucking-
to. Did he roll it the other way?
back and forth, yo, dude. It was one of the coolest, like because I've operated machines and I know how cool and it can be really scary, dude. This guy was a freaking master, bro. He was awesome. And I've seen some really good guys.
Yeah, this one where like the guy that has the when he's digging the ditch, but he has to go straight down and he maneuvers
Get
it
himself
almost like
out of it, yeah.
and he maneuvers it like a transformer, digs it and then pulls himself out, back up.
It's you dig and push and dig. It's just an art. It's watching it. So now TikTok has videos like that, and like Mike just showed, like monkeys and shit. Like there's a video that I just recently saw. There's a cat on it. There, it's a ledge, and there's a cat getting railed from behind, and you hear just. And you just like watching, they're like, why am I watching cats fuck? And then all of a sudden,
Yo,
it zooms out, and there's a whole line of
There's
cats.
a line of cats
behind
waiting for
them
it.
on the ledge. Yo. It's like
seen
6 cats, yo. It's the greatest one. It's literally one of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my life. And they're all they all look at the camera. They're like,
Yeah, I'm
I'm next,
next.
motherfucker. Get it back.
I'm on this one. I'm on this kitty.
That video is so funny, dude. But there's a couple that I have on my phone that I want to maybe share to TikTok because it's hilarious. I posted a couple of pretty like okay ones. Chris Bones got a great. Chris Bones did one where he's in a helicopter. Do you ever see that one? Oh, dude, he took his son.
Like Davis and Slater. What the fuck?
You go back to Davidson Slater.
Dude,
He's like Davidson Slater. Davison Slater.
hold on a second. I just want to.
He said, He said very sensitive.
Tony, you know,
He's like, I have a point to make. Davis and
this
Slater.
is the funny.
Davis and Slater.
This is the funny part about Tony, right? And I love Tony. He's like one of my fucking favorite friends in the world, right? He does weird. He complains and does weird stuff, right? So now he's complaining right now that we're not talking about Davis and Slater, right? I want to know who the fuck he's talking about. I think he's talking about the Rangers.
He's talking about AC Slater.
Who's AC Slater? Who's AC Slater?
Saved by the
Oh,
Bell.
Saved by the Bell. I don't know who he's talking about, but he keeps hammering home.
Chili Davis.
But who's Slater?
The assistant hitting coach is Tom. What's his name? Tom
I
Slater.
don't know anything about Slater.
You didn't know that he was the
assistant hitting. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. If
They-
you know who the assistant hitting coach is on the Mets, you got way too much time in your hands.
Well, he was. That's his name.
Like, I don't care. I don't think the fucking hitting
That's
coach
what
has
he
effect
would-
on the
right,
team. You think the
that's-
assistant hitting coach is there?
Well, that's what he's talking about.
I thought he was talking about John Davison. I'm like, bro, his name's Davison, you moron. But I guess I was wrong. All right. I was hoping he was talking about John Davison.
No.
I'm like, it's Davison and Gordon, you dummy.
No.
No, so he's talking about Chili Davis.
And the assistant
and
hitting it, Slater.
The assistant.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to feel bad about. All right, Tony, we're going to talk about the assistant hitting coach
5,
on the New York Mets.
3,
Are you kidding me right
Dos,
now?
uno.
You're out of your mind.
And that's it. That's
Look-
that's a segment on the assistant hitting coach.
Assistant hitting coach. I don't even think I've ever said those words in my life.
I don't
This-
think that-
the assistant hitting coach.
It's only been like for the last like 4 years or something.
I
like
didn't know that. I
3 years.
swear to God, I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, he did, and he got fired.
No, well, good.
He had a job.
Hopefully they don't
Yeah.
find another one.
Like,
Oh,
first
by the
time-
way, Slater, whatever your first name is, you know,
Tom, I
if
think
you're
it is.
watching, Tom Slater, Tony's very upset that you got fired. He wanted us to talk about it 3 times today. So we did. We talked about it. Jesus Christ. I love you, Tony, but ma, don't on me.
South Carolina voted to bring back the firing squad executions.
Really?
Voted.
Oh, so
Oh, man, you know how
I'm-
bad
I'm
people
good with
have
firing squads.
bad shots.
I'm totally good with firing squads.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh my God, Tony, what the fuck? He's so WF. Sorry, WTF, Tony, with
Whoa.
in caps. Like
What
he's
the-
he's
whoa.
super upset that we didn't talk about Slater.
Whoa.
So Slater liked Jesse, Tone, pretty sure, and Zach liked what was the girl that he likes name?
What are you talking about?
Saved by the Bell.
You saw?
Kelly, right?
Kelly.
Kelly was Slater's girl. Who was
Yeah.
Zach's girl?
No, they both like Kelly.
They both like Kelly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
who's Zach's girlfriend?
He
Was
dated her.
The white chick with the brown hair and the green eyes, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Right,
I know her
so-
real name. What was her name? And Kelly? No, Kelly. Kelly was.
Yeah, it was Kelly.
Somebody help us out.
Elizabeth Berkley was the other character.
Elizabeth Berkley's Kelly. Oh no, Kelly was
Kelly's- Timmy-
Elizabeth Berkley was sorry.
We're awful at this game.
Totally.
When
I-
you say guess the name,
I'm pretty sure you could prove that I never watched Saved by the Bell. I
Yeah,
really
but
never
it
watched.
was,
I thought it was the stupidest show in fucking history of television. I swear to God.
No, you know what?
Hated it. I hated it.
Okay.
I hated everything about it. I hated Slater. I hated Screech. I hated Zach.
Okay.
I hated Belding. I hated everybody. I know the
knows all
names.
of them.
I know the
Yeah,
names.
he goes. I hated all of
I
them.
know the names.
I don't watch that show, but I heard.
I dabble. I dabble.
I
stick-
dabble.
I stick-
Hey, I
hated
hate
the
it.
diner.
Slave
I'm a
at the
cha-
diner.
I'm a channel surfer.
They dance. You know, they do things.
I do this. I do that.
Yeah. I watch this. I watch that.
I do a little bit of this. I do
Oh.
a little bit of Saved by the Bell.
Pool holes, huh?
Oh,
They cut him
really-
loose.
Very sad about that. Not.
Why?
Because he's a freaking billionaire. Who the hell am I feeling sorry
Yeah, I
for?
don't
care about fucking Albert Pujols. Beat it, dude.
$34 million in the bank.
No,
while he's
I
gonna get
always
some-
respected him. Big fan of his. Humongous monster of a baseball player. And
It was a
prob-
monster of a
Just-
physically.
Just period but it just as a baseball player, he did it all. And Gold Glove caliber, glove for a while at first base when they said he couldn't play defense.
In 10 years,
And
he
hit-
made $210 million.
Yeah, he signed that 11-year
He's the first.
contract.
He's really
man.
the first one to do that major monster contract.
And think about the Cardinals. Like
him
was
and
the-
A-Rod were.
he
Well,
just-
A-Rod and somebody else before A-Rod, right? It was
Well,
somebody
so
else that did
A-Rod's
that.
the first
Jeter.
big the 250.
No, Jeter never did a 10-year.
So he did. A-Rod got the
A-Rod was the first. He
250.
did 250 for 10.
So what? Like Hicks, who was the owner, they were like, the dude
Yeah.
paid $250 million for that team.
Right,
Why
right,
is he
right,
paying him $250? And the crazy thing,
Pujols got 210, and he was
Pujols-
old when he got that contract. Pujols was already in his mid-30s when
well,
he
yeah,
got that
because the
contract.
Cardinals offered him 4 years.
What is he now? 47, right? He's my age, I think, or 46.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's old. He's not young. He's like in his mid-40s. 43, maybe 44. But I remember his last contract was ridiculous amount of money for a guy his age, and I said he was worth it. I thought he was worth it, and he played it out. And I was advocate against
41.
41. Okay, wow. I was way
So look
off.
at these
I thought it
numbers,
was
right?
46. I said.
3,200 hits, 667 home runs, 2,112
It's insane.
RBIs. In 2011, he was a free agent.
2011. So
Yeah.
that was 10 years ago. He
Right.
got the 10-year deal.
Yeah,
210 million, right?
yeah.
So he got a 10-year, $210 million deal at 31 years old. That's a ballsy investment. That's a
Right, they knew he was going to be 40 at some point, right, in his career.
That's
so
a
they're like,
for a guy like him.
Right.
Plus, you didn't know if he was doing steroids, so you didn't know if he was going to fall apart or not.
Who was it? So there was two players one was a former player and one
Apparently,
was
he was on the list.
right, and he was
apparently.
right,
Apparently, but who knows?
and he was outraged.
I don't care. Listen, I don't care about steroids. I don't care about sign stealing. All you fucking Yankee fans out there bitching and moaning about the Astros. Well, they stole the World Series. The Yankees scored 3 freaking runs. That's it, or 5 runs in all 4 games. You guys got beat. Suck it up. Stop bitching about, oh, the Astros are the worst team in basically baseball history because they
cheated.
Altuve had a buzzer on his nipples. Shut up.
Which is great though when they go to
Bitch
tear,
and moan about every fucking
when they go
thing.
to grab his jersey to pull it off, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
No, but let me ask you a question. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's just think logically. Right?
Go ahead.
Give me a second.
1 second.
If you put a buzzer on you,
Yeah,
is it going to be sewed into your jersey, or are you going to have it taped on your body?
it's taped on his body.
Okay, good. He took the jersey off to put it to show it to show a tank top because they poured freaking champagne on his head. Well,
No,
whatever.
When they went to pull the jersey on the game-winning, when he was scoring, they went to pull that thing when they do to pull the
yeah,
jersey.
he didn't want his jersey ripped off.
He was like,
so
no.
I have no problem with that.
So I'm just saying, if he had the buzzer, right? If he had the buzzer on it,
He didn't have a buzzer. did he?
okay.
I think it's ridiculous that they
Okay.
had a buzzer.
But I just said if. I didn't say that he
It
did.
was. You know what? You know where that rumor came from. Let me tell you exactly where that rumor came from.
CC Sabathia.
Him stopping them from
And they
ripping
were
his
like,
shirt off.
yeah, it's
because
gotta-
that year, if you remember, they were ripping everybody's shirts off. It started with Conforto got his shirt ripped off that year. Different athletes were getting their shit ripped off.
So when they go to tear it off.
I don't see why he doesn't care about. He didn't want to get his shirt ripped off. Like I don't see why.
But that's what they're saying. So somebody
It
feels
just
that
proves
they
that
were-
all it takes is one incident for somebody to start a rumor, and
But-
then all the Yankee fans swear to God he was wearing a buzzer.
But-
because he would have never been able to hit a slider from what's his name? Chapman.
So
Meanwhile,
those guys,
he did.
Okay, but so here's the thing. So I don't care either way. Like, you know what I mean? They're champions. You can't take it away. But it's the same thing like Roger Clemens when he went to Toronto and he was all roided up.
You can
and he
tell
won
there's no
those-
Yankee fans listening
and
because
his-
we have no messages
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, they're not paying us. They know they're not coming on this one. It's not going to happen. So when
say
Clemens
that-
went on his roid rage and he won those 2 Cy Youngs in Toronto, they were awful. He was done. He was done as a pitcher. His numbers were awful. He wasn't striking anybody out. He goes to Toronto. He has these 2 MVP Cy Young caliber years. Then he forces his way to the Yankees, right? Now, this is the same thing. It goes all through baseball. When a guy is a cheater and he's on the other team, you're outraged at it.
Of course.
Outrage. When he's on your team,
You're the best. He's the best.
he's the best.
The Yankees are the biggest cheaters in modern
Alex
history.
Rodriguez was twice.
biggest cheat-
Twice.
Andy Pettit admitted sticking a needle in Clemens' asshole.
And he said, well, he
Or
misremembers.
his ass
It's not
cheek.
his ass
Asshole,
cheek. Not
ass
in his
cheek,
asshole.
same
It doesn't go in there.
It's tomato.
It's not
I'm
really.
sure it would.
It's tomato.
I'm sure it'll go in there. I'm sure other things go in your butt.
right.
I'm sure a needle can get in there. Especially Andy Pettit looked like he was a little bit of flaky. Like he liked it in the butt.
it might
a little
be.
bit,
It might
yeah.
be a thing.
Yeah.
So
You know,
so
I don't want to
he
start.
admits
I don't
it,
want to
right?
start a rumor like other people
Yeah,
do. But
so
Andy Pettit might be, might like
he
penis.
might. So it turns out that he likes penis. So Andy Pettit says.
Turns out
Turns out.
Andy Pettit's gay.
Hey.
Watch it tomorrow at FAN. People are going to be
Dun, dun,
called. You hear these two
Did you
guys
hear-
that fucking jerk
I
off
was
Mike and
listening
Sean?
to a show, and they said that I don't believe it, but is it true?
Oh my God, John!
So no.
Why don't
So
y'all just talk about silver spoons?
so
Susan, do you hear these 2 morons from Queens?
so you take, like he says, I got injected by Roger Clemens, right? Roger Clemens is like, no, it wasn't me. He misremembers, right? You go through that whole process. Alex Rodriguez, twice. Not just on that report that wasn't supposed to be leaked, but then he texts the guy who's giving him drugs. Yo, that stuff that you gave me, the lozenges and all that, yo, was the best shit I ever had.
Best. By the way, they worked really good.
No, they were-
They didn't just clear my throat.
Yeah, and it's like
give me a
you were
break.
like, and then guys were like, he didn't cheat. Oh, he's a 2-time cheater.
Tony, is your favorite food corn? I'm just asking. Corn on the cob, corn. You like cream
Dog.
corn? You like cream corn? You like canned corn? Like what kind of corn? Because you're so goddamn corny.
Do you have
Tony,
cornrows?
So corn. You have cornrows. If you grew your hair, would you have cornrows?
Would you have a row? Of
You probably would. Yeah, if you ever smoked weed, would you smoke out of a corn cob
Corn.
pipe? Yeah, you would, because you're so fucking
You're
corny.
corn.
Jesus Christ, Tony Romero. I fucking love you, but oh my God. He goes, how you fools talking about Saved by the Bell? Why don't you just talk about silver spoons?
I mean, here's an apple.
Just gonna say.
Here's an orange, and here's a banana. And they just don't.
Oh my God. No, we're going to go for tacos next week. I'm going to get corn tortillas. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
For real, seriously.
But again, so like that's how it's always been. It's the Barry Bonds, right? Bonds, all these amazing numbers, and they'll say like he cheated, and San Francisco fans will be like, no.
Listen,
No.
I didn't think he cheated. I mean, he cheated.
At one point-
It's obvious he cheated, but I ain't got no problem with it.
So again, you give you a vote, and you have to vote 10 guys in, right?
Yes.
And you get on that, and you're like, it's the last 2 years that all these roid guys are on there, the McGuires and all that. You have 10 votes. Do you give each one of those guys a vote? For the sake of giving it?
I think every one of whom belong in.
So what,
That being said, I
Mark
think
McGuire?
McGuire definitely, Sosa definitely, Bonds. Bonds is the best player in history, if not one of the top 3. Who else are we talking about? Clemens. In. Schilling, I don't know if it was a Hall of
Schilling,
Famer.
but
I'm
Schilling's not
and
a
he's just-
steroid guy.
No, he might have been. Just
Not
'cause-
with that belly,
See, the
man.
whole thing. That's the thing about steroids. though.
HGH and
Just
steroids are two
because-
different things.
No, it doesn't matter though. They were both illegal.
Right. Oh, yeah, listen.
Mark McGuire wasn't caught doing steroids. He was caught doing androstenedione, which would
Right.
sold in GNC.
Right,
So
which wasn't
and it
illegal,
wasn't illegal.
and then it became
So how is he
illegal.
not in the Hall of Fame?
But steroids weren't illegal.
But he did steroids. I mean, he definitely did.
Steroid, the
I
amount
heard he
of
was shooting
acne,
it into his penis.
The amount of acne he had on his back and his face as an adult.
Why, you know what his back looked like?
Yeah, like
Did
there's
you give him a back rub?
Yeah, there's a video clip when he's doing an
I'm-
interview inside the clubhouse, and you can see the acne on his shoulder.
Mike, I call bullshit.
Okay,
I've never seen an interview with Mark McGuire's pimples.
you haven't?
No,
Look closely.
I think you rubbed his back sometime.
Okay, so if I did, it would be weird because like I'd have to rub his shoulders like
Did
this.
you pop his pimples when you
And
rubbed
I
his
was
back?
like, I rubbed him and I felt him, and I was like,
Did you squeeze him until white shit came out?
what is in there?
Popped it.
Yeah, popped it.
Did you pop my?
I walked behind him and I just randomly reached over and squeezed his
amazing.
back pimples.
Derek Jeter gave Eminem herpes, and Mike popped Mark McGuire's
Derek
pimples in his
Jeter
back.
gave Eminem
And
herpes.
Andy Pettit's gay, by the way.
And Andy Pettit.
Andy Pettit.
It's been confirmed
He is so gay.
under the tutelage of Roger
Takes it in his butt.
Clemens.
I want to see how far a rumor goes. And you know what? If it goes far, I'll be the man that says I started and it's not true. But I want to see how far it goes. Call the fan. Call
I'll be the guy that said it.
Call Michael K tomorrow. Ask him if he knows anything about Andy Pettit being gay. I know he liked to give needles. Did he like to take them? Wah, wah. He looked fruity, though, Andy Pettit. He definitely looked
Fine,
fruity.
$250,000.
Scathing comments. They're New York Rangers.
Yeah, so you know
it's
that the Tom Wilson.
Because they didn't suspend him. Yeah. Listen, you know what?
Now jumping to a new topic,
Yeah, well, that's the way we are.
hockey.
ADDDD.
So leaving baseball, steroids, and all those things about Andy Pettit being gay,
I want to finish on the Knicks though, but
leaving in that window, we're moving to the next window, which is Rangers hockey. And
well,
did you
it's
see?
just
Did you
the way
watch
everything
it?
went down.
Did you watch it, Les?
I didn't see the actual Wilson injury. See, this is how busy I've been.
He
I
had him
haven't
on the
wa-
floor,
and he punched Buchnevich in the back of the head, I
while
heard.
he was down.
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
mean, you're a scumbag.
I heard the Panarin hit was okay. I heard that punch was unnecessary. Wilson's a scumbag. I know him. And he's
Unnecessary.
a douchebag. My point is that the Rangers, day late, dollar short kind of stuff, like they're not built that way. You know what I mean? I get it. So if that's why you're mad and that's why you fired everybody, all right. But still, in my opinion, John Davison is a lifelong hockey guy, and he's been around the Rangers a really long time. And he knows the ins and outs in New York. He knows what it takes to win in New York. He knows how to deal with the media and and just everything in regards to being a sports anything in New York. Like whether it be a GM or a coach or whatever, a player or anything, whatever. It takes a certain person to be able to handle that. A player, a coach, a GM,
Everything to do everything.
And John Davison did that, on levels, and to fire him, after he put together this ridiculously young squad, okay, and get rid of him because this team's soft for the last 2 years. That to me is a little obnoxious in the sense that the team is young. They're not done yet.
No.
They're making moves.
This is 2 years in the making. They've gotten rid of a
They're
lot
the
of
youngest
guys.
team in the
They're
NHL. So go get a couple of bruisers. Let him finish his job. You hired him to do something, and he's doing it. And the Rangers aren't like new. It's hard to build in New York.
It's just hard to play under.
The
a
Knicks
piece
have been doing it
of
for
a
20
guy.
years.
Yeah, but
The
it's hard
Rang-
to play under a guy who
But
is
the
Dolan.
Rangers didn't have to rebuild in a sense. Like maybe a couple years of losing, but they're still entertaining to watch the young kids. You get a couple of bruises, and this team learns how to play together. Defense and forechecking and hitting and playing. They got to be a little more physical. Obviously, they don't hit anybody, but that stuff changes with experience, with toughness, with young guys growing into their bodies.
Right.
Some of these guys are fucking 20 years old. I
the
stopped
top two-
I didn't
two
stop
gu-
growing. 19, 20.
Right, the top two guys are 19 and
Come on,
20.
dude. I didn't stop growing until I was 21. And I didn't gain any weight till I was in my mid-20s. I was skinny as shit and still didn't gain weight till I was in my 30s. So it's just different. It's like, you can't, I think they pulled the trigger too quick on him. I would have if you're going to do anything, shake it up, fire Quinn. Bring somebody in with experience. He's a college coach. Maybe with the young kids, you thought it would work. It just didn't. Whatever.
Yeah, but I also
Who
think,
knows?
Maybe, but I
You
also
got to do
think
something. I get
right,
it.
but I also got to think like in sports, the hardest part is when you get like coaches. Right, it used to be the play. First of all, like the players.
But is it because they got punked, or is it because they're losing?
I think it's because they got punked. I think Dolan went out.
That's why I think that's a knee-jerk reaction to me.
So and it was like a guy that you're going to rehire for something else. Like I fired you to make you, but I'm not
JD
really.
won't come back. Well, listen, I shouldn't say that.
But I mean,
think that
we like
if you publicly fire him without a warning, JD's not coming.
all sports, right? When you keep firing the head coaches so fast, it disrupts the flow of it.
disgusting, yeah.
And then you got it like it's new players, and you say like it's why sometimes
Dolan
like,
is perfect at disrupting flow.
the Knicks, the Rangers, like every time they're changing coaches and all the players.
He's like a human blood
right,
clot.
It just it
Swear to God,
distracts you.
He's everything anti-flow.
I mean, the minute
Aneurysm.
he's a full-on. That's the best way to describe him. He's a full-on aneurysm.
Unbelievable.
He has just ruined it, and it's crazy. I think it was who was trying to make an offer. One of them was like P. Diddy, and he was putting together this whole group. They wanted to buy the Knicks and buy the Garden.
Yeah.
Like first off, Madison Square Garden, the Knicks, and the Rangers are three different entities. So to purchase that, you're looking at at least
Nobody has that much money.
right, $8 billion.
No, more than that.
No, a minimum, because you're like, let's say about
If you buy them all together, but you're not buying them all together.
right, you can't, because he's not going to get rid of the Knicks. Right, he'll get rid of the Rangers and the Garden.
Think about it. The Mets got $2.5 billion.
Right, and what do you say the Knicks are worth?
It's the Mets, dude.
Right, let's say they were.
I mean, I'm a Met fan, but
Right.
it's the Mets. It's the second baseball team. The Knicks are New York. They're basketball. They're the mecca.
and even though they
Even though
haven't
we
even
all
won
know
a
that's
championship,
bullshit, but
and they haven't
doesn't
won a
matter.
championship.
They still sell out every game.
So let's say that's $3 billion.
I think it's more. I
Four?
think it's 5.
Okay, so 5. Let's say Rangers are worth.
The
Knicks $5 billion.
Knicks last year.
Rangers 3.
The Knicks last year were evaluated as the most expensive American team in sports. More expensive than the Yankees, which I couldn't believe. I was blown away by it. But it's because of where they play. It's the Garden.
It's the Garden. So you take the Garden as one package, then you add the Rangers and the Knicks into that $10 billion.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
And the only people to buy
10 billion is pretty good.
is
10,
when the
12
New
billion.
York Knicks, Rangers, and the Garden become the Amazon,
Yeah.
the Amazon Center.
That day's coming. That's when I get a full skin graft and take all the tattoos off my body.
Yeah, because that's because the Amazon is
Fuck
going to
outta
buy
here.
the Garden and all that comes with it.
I'll hunt down George Bezos myself.
Jeff.
Jeff Bezos.
I don't know who
Jeff
George Bezos is. I'd like to find out.
He's probably easier to
Yeah,
find than
yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
I bet you he lives right down the block from here.
I'll find him somewhere in Queens.
Right now, we're just gonna look up George
Yeah,
Bezos,
whatever.
and he's like, "Oh, he works across the
I'll
street."
catch him somewhere, that bastard.
Hey, George.
George, I'm
come
coming for
here.
you. And then Jeff, you're next,
Yeah,
dick.
this is what I'm gonna do to you, Jeff.
Just because you have the same last name as him, I'm coming
Yeah.
after you, George.
But I mean, you know, that's the fantasy numbers. Because when you were a kid, you think about like if you had the money to buy the Mets because you were a Met fan, you know, you couldn't wait to do that, and who you would hire to replace this guy, that guy, and do all that stuff.
That's what Steve Cohen is living a dream. He was that guy. Steve from Great Neck, taking a railroad in 3 stops.
I gotta say, every time they show that picture of him with the long hair, like you ever see his like full.
Yeah, he looks
blaze?
like
He looks like a lion.
He looks like a Leonard Skinner flunky.
Yeah, and he's just never gonna do anything. And then when he shaved his hair, he had that voice. That voice was everything.
Jesus Christ.
That voice is amazing.
He's so adorable for a little Jew. For a billionaire Jew, he's so
For a-
adorable.
Yeah, he's
He's our Jew, though.
he's our.
He's our Jew.
I mean, I don't know if I would just describe it as that. Like, hey, he's our Jew.
Yeah, he's our favorite owner.
I mean, but it's the
He's a Jewish guy, isn't he?
so the Wilpons.
They weren't our favorite Jews, though.
But
That's
they weren't.
the point.
But they weren't
That's the
anything.
point.
But then listen, you like
Oh,
like
no.
him when he win, and you hate him. What happened?
A bartender in California was arrested for selling fake COVID-19 vaccine cards. I needed one. Yo,
What? How?
yo, mad low key. Anybody got those fake vaccine cards? Was that hit a brother up?
Fake cards.
Yeah, I
like
want
I
one.
mean, go get it. Just get a shot.
No, I'm not getting a shot.
Get a Johnson and Johnson
Nope.
shot. Do it.
No, probably not.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yo, listen, everything's opening up right on schedule without me getting a shot. Why would I get a shot?
Well, to travel, some of the places won't allow you in without
That's why I need a fake card.
it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be advertising, you know, like publicly.
Yeah, for the
For the,
17 people that
but
are
yeah,
listening. Don't matter. I'm not hiding.
one of them's just that fool.
I ain't
that-
hiding. I want a
one-
fake card.
One of that's, you know, there's a person that reviews our stuff that flagged us for certain episodes.
Oh, shit. I'm
You know,
just
your phone's
kidding.
yeah, your
It's a
phone's
joke.
listening too.
First of all, this show is a comedy show. Remember that, folks.
Yeah. So
So hit me up with the fake card if you got one.
yeah. Whispering is your thing, so that'll help because they can't hear you. Nobody can hear you when you actually whisper.
Just call me if you got that shit. What? Well, so yeah, so the Knicks, awesome, on a run. They're 14-2 or 12-2 in their last 14 games.
I like watching basketball.
Oh, I love watching basketball. I'm such a big Knick fan, and even like when they fucking suck, I watch. And I'm one of those guys. I'm brutal. It's hard to watch when your teams are bad. It's
Yeah,
really hard.
when you have no expectations,
Yeah.
it's hard to
And
watch.
the last like 4, 5,
sports.
6 years, all my teams were really bad. The Giants have been bad. The Mets have been bad, except for the 15 World Series, right? So that's 5 years. The Rangers have been terrible. My Giants have been terrible. I said that already. I hate the Mets.
what was the year the Rangers went to the?
They went to the semifinals.
They lost to
4
the-
years ago.
What was the cup they lost to in to the
That was 6 years
King-
ago.
6 years ago.
2014, so 7
14.
years ago.
Martin St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis. So the thing about that is, though,
What thing about what?
is that when your teams suck and you're from New York,
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure.
All your
because it's
teams.
New York.
Because
and
it's all your
your
teams.
team.
It's all your teams.
Right
It's never
now-
one. It's not one.
Right.
It's never just one team. It's not like the Rangers suck and all the other teams are good. It's like from January to
They
December.
all suck.
They all
Like,
suck.
So it's like, why
for
watch
years.
sports?
Yeah, right. Like
And I
yeah.
still do. And like Trish is asking me, like, why do you watch some of the sports
And still
if your
get so
teams
mad.
suck? Yeah. Well, I honestly stopped getting mad. It was like I was desensitized. I really stopped getting mad. And I think that's why I'm not overreacting right now. I don't think I ever overreact. You never really did either. You know, we've been fans together for a long time.
No,
you
I
never really
watch-
overreacted.
I'll
Like
watch
we
you-
never, as a collective crew, we never overreacted.
I will tell you this though, like it's funny when you're like,
some stupid fair weather dumb fans.
well, when the Knicks, like you're watching the Knicks and you know they're bad. It's always good at late at night on Fridays.
Like if you
to
quit,
re-
if
to
you
go-
quit on your new $320 million shortstop in May, you're a freaking dummy. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I call somebody out?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
So
Sorry, not sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry, not
It's
sorry.
okay. I mean, I don't even think those people are listening anymore. So it doesn't
They
matter.
probably gave up on us. I just hope they listen back and they get offended like 5 weeks from now.
Right now, they're just turning it on for a
And
second.
and the Mets are like 14 games in first place, and they're like, "Oh my God, Sean called me a dickhead for giving up on a team."
Wait
in
a
May."
minute. I don't want to listen to that.
Stupid
It's okay.
moron,
It's okay.
dumbasses.
It's okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, listen. You know
I
what?
hate everybody equally.
If that's the here, people are the problem. I think the solution is just patience.
Just be patient.
just be
Trust the
patient.
process.
Like I hate that phrase.
I know it's great.
But I think it's like just be patient because there's no way a team like ours that has played 6 less games than everyone else that you should be worried. I mean, I'm worried about Lucchese over here.
We have guys that
I'm
did it
worried
for
about
many years.
Mr.
We have guys
Lucchese
we have
who
guys
can't get anybody
Lucchese
out.
sucks.
He
He's
can't
gone.
get anybody
He's
out.
gone. We get Thor back at Cookie next week. It's a wrap.
Yeah, but
wrap it up. It ain't R&B.
I need that lefty in the bullpen.
It ain't R&B. It's a fucking rap. All right? Is that good? Yo, but no. So listen.
Yeah, I would tell.
Seriously though,
taking that
it's
one away.
stupid because you're giving up on something that hasn't evolved yet. It's 20-something games. Even though it's a month, it's only 20-something games for us. So, we miss, and there's no continuity. And you have guys that prove themselves in big spots in the World Series. Okay? Guys are throwing Michael Conforto under the bus. Michael Conforto hit 2 of the biggest home runs in Met history. Then they're throwing Noah Syndergaard under the bus before the injury. He sucks. He can't win a big game. Are you even watching the Mets?
Well, I think the thing with
To say that Syndergaard can't pitch all right, you can say what you want. Maybe he doesn't have a good record at the end of the year. Maybe he doesn't win games when he needs to win games against shit teams. Don't say he can't pitch a big game.
Look,
the guy pitched a wild card game against Madison Bumgarner,
Right.
one of the greatest historic playoff pitchers in history, and fucking Thor went toe-to-toe with him, and we lost in extra innings because of Familia, that trash bag. Get rid of that guy. He sucks. And I want Diaz off the team too. He sucks. These guys are killing us.
Yeah, sounds like the fan right here.
Everybody's bitching and moaning about
You're yelling about the wrong
Jacob
guy.
DeGrom. Half of Jacob DeGrom's losses are because of Familia. You're not my Familia. Get out of here. Get out of my house,
All
you
right.
piece of shit.
Yes. So in the end, that story is basically.
I want to talk about the Knicks.
Yeah. Can we go back to Randall? You're less angry when you're talking about the Knicks.
RJ Barrett.
Oh
He
shit!
gets me all hot and bothered.
Damn.
No, but
Well, I was just finishing up with that. I just want to always say, like, I don't know if it resonates. I don't know if it helps anyone. It's like, just chill out, like, relax,
calm down, guys.
Breathe.
It's a long fucking
It's
season.
a long-
It's a long 11 years.
Yeah,
all right?
right.
Calm down.
It's 162 games
Jesus
a year.
Christ. Some of you
it's
people-
162 games a year.
Some of you people, when Lindor is a free agent again, are going to have grandchildren. Some of you people, when Lindor is a free
Dead.
agent, are going to be dead. You're going to be dead.
You
So-
won't even know
Right. So
when his contract is
stop
up.
bitching because you probably only got a few years left. Fucking dummies.
Survive.
Just live your life so you can live longer than 10 years.
5 years.
Stupido. No, so on a serious note, Familia sucks. I hate him.
Yeah, I mean, like this. Obviously, look, that's the good thing about
Guys
the
are
veterans
booing
that were
Frankie
signed.
Lindor after 26 games, and they don't boo Familia after freaking blowing the World Series. I hate you, Familia.
I mean, it's how I felt. It's how I feel. I think Familia.
Do you know that in the World Series when we played against the Royals that we lost 6 games, right? Well, I'm sorry. I'm so bothered right
That
now.
math
We
is-
five. We lost 4 games to 2, right? Or to 1. 4 games to 1. Do you know that in all 5 games that we played, except one, the blowout game where they beat us like 12, whatever it was, we were leading every single game going into the 8th inning? Did you know that?
Yes, I did. And you know,
And whose problem? Whose fault is that?
that's the
You
guy.
know my Familia, you fucking prick! I hate you!
You know what? If I felt like I could have, I don't. Like, I just leave it to you.
You
got it all.
I sounded tired, so I
You
just
got
wanted,
it all.
I wanted
Like,
to.
was that like your inner wake
I
up?
wanted to make up for all my lack of being energized earlier.
You know, I mean, obviously that the deal to get Diaz, you only look back at it like if Dunn and
Yeah,
Kalenic are like all stars.
You know what, Diaz? I'm not a fan. I don't like him right now. I'm not a fan. I don't mind
But he's
that
not
move.
pitching
That
bad
move. That
now.
move had to be made.
Right.
Because I hate Cano, but he was the best closer in the game for 2 years, so you had to make the move. We needed that.
what you
'Cause-
gave up, though.
But the problem with Mike, you know why we had to get Diaz? Because we had fucking Familia. But we did though, right?
Yeah,
So
we still did.
We still have him.
Right, like
that's what's crazy.
It's so bad. It's like as awful as he with his 6 ERA, we still have
You
him.
went out and made the worst trade in like modern history to get somebody to replace him, and
Right,
you kept
and you
him
kept
anyway.
him. Like I cut him loose,
Oh my god!
and it was nothing like his guaranteed contract wasn't that big, you know. But you gave up Dunn with the potential that he had at 20, and Kalenic, right?
Kalenic was a good player.
Well, he's like he talks shit, and they demoted him. Like he's one of those guys.
No,
Like I want to play. I'm ready now. I'm a
Why am I-
star.
Him and Alonso were doing
Yeah,
the same time.
and then they were like, all right, you know, you're gonna go bench. But anyway, like you gave up 2 potential
Funny
all-stars.
part is Alonso did the same thing, and they didn't fucking penalize him.
Yeah.
So
Well, because Seattle's like, hey, listen, we got a scheme going on here. Shut up.
Seattle shit all over. Clemens.
Yeah.
Shit
So,
all
but
over him.
but that's what we hired Brody for, right? He was gonna. I'm sure that they thought that the DH was coming, and by making that deal, we're sliding Cano into the DH,
Yep.
and that's how we're gonna go.
I agree 100%. I think that's definitely what their mentality was like. When
and they
you make
hired
that.
an agent. I thought it was bad news right away.
Again, I don't. I won't play second Monday morning quarterback with stuff like that. Like bad trades, I'll try to call out from the get go that I think are bad, and then I'll live with it. I'm
Yeah,
not.
but the
who
Mets
the
are
fuck am I?
notorious
I'm a
for that.
fan. I'm a fan. I don't know.
Right,
a
but
good
the Mets
trade.
are notorious for that shit.
The Mets are notorious for trades just
Bad trades,
blowing up in their faces.
bad, awful trades.
But they're comparing Lindor to fucking like Baerga. I mean, come on.
Cheeseburger?
Alomar, like,
No.
like you fucking hate saying
Cheeseburger.
that name, but I gotta say it because
Well, you knew what happened to him.
Yeah. So Roberto
After
Alomar
they
was
accused of beating up his girlfriend, Major League Baseball, and he worked for them.
You know my relationship with Roberto Alomar, right, Mike? Did we talk about this?
No,
I don't know if I ever talked to him.
no, we didn't talk to Mike about this. So, yeah, so they were intimate.
Me and Roberto Alomar made love.
To the same,
Actually, through somebody we
to
did.
the same
Yeah,
person.
to the same chick.
Oh, not at the same time though.
Not at the same time.
But it could have been the same day.
Who knows if you know? Who
It could
knows?
have been the same day in the same week.
So yeah, so my ex-wife essentially left me for Roberto Alomar. So
I mean, if you're gonna leave your
yeah,
husband for
at
somebody,
least it wasn't for fucking somebody
right?
else.
Like if it
But
was
anyway,
like a third string quarterback, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, so this is like all true shit, factual shit. So
Yeah, we're not
Roberto
making-
Alomar
we're just
was,
making fun of the situation.
Roberto Alomar was accused of being. Well,
Which accusation though?
It's not even. So
recent
it's
one?
weird. No. So it's weird. Okay, so a long time ago they said there was this gay player in New York. Gay player. Everybody said Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza. Right. Alomar was dating my ex-wife. Without knowing anything directly, because I don't know anything directly, I'll say that right now. I thought he was the gay player. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know anything directly. I don't have any proof at all.
None. I don't either.
I just thought he was a freaking flamer.
I thought he
Fine.
was too.
And whatever. I don't care what, to each his own. So that being said, yeah, this is like part of my life, dude. Seriously, my kids lived with this guy. Like, I'm not even kidding. So, basically, he was accused recently of sexual harassment on a woman. Like,
Wasn't sexual battery? I mean, wasn't it battery? I think so.
was it battery?
I think
Oh,
he
they
was
upped the
physical.
charges?
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
Major League Baseball, like Toronto Blue Jays, they all cut ties with him.
Well, all I have to say to that, dude, if this is true, he's bisexual.
Bye.
He likes them both.
He likes both second and shortstop.
He likes the hot dogs and the buns.
Frankie beans, Franks and beans, Franks and beans.
Oh, Roberto.
And I'm supposed to, I don't know what I can talk about, I can't talk about.
It doesn't. I think at this point, what
I
you
can
can't
talk, I can talk
about,
about whatever I want, actually. But what I'm talking about is actually, no, because I'm still dealing with some other things personally, but which is kind of ridiculous. But anyway,
that's irrelevant.
I'll wreck him. I'll wreck him when the day comes when I know it's like I can wreck him now. But fuck him, whatever.
He's already down. Like you want to kick him while he's down?
No, I'm not that guy. And this podcast ain't about fucking people
You get
who
to
did
write
me
a
wrong.
book. 2 cars in a garage.
I'm definitely writing a book. Trust me when I tell you I'm writing a
Two
book.
cars in a garage.
Yeah, you're. Wow. 2 cars, 1 garage. Wow. You know what? I don't like that though. I mean, because
why
it makes
not?
me feel like I'm the car that didn't belong. Suck it.
Fuck you, bisexual. I don't know.
Not all bisexuals, just certain bisexuals.
Not all.
Not
Just the one who played
not all
for the
bisexual.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Not all bisexuals are bad people.
No, just the one that played for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Just fucking scumbags. Anyway.
On that note, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, Mike, I'll tell you the story in depth, and then when I can actually really go crazy in depth on podcasts,
Off camera.
I will. No, I'm gonna tell her the whole story, like my story, and I'll invite her on to tell her side if she wants. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
We don't need that because
I don't need it.
It don't
I
matter.
don't need it. I already know enough.
Yeah,
I don't need to
everybody
engineer it
knows.
anymore.
Everybody pretty knows.
Yeah.
Pretty much knows. It's not a fucking secret.
Yeah.
It's like-
Anyway,
it's the worst kept secret in the last 25 years.
It wasn't. It's
So,
like.
so anyway,
it's nothing.
The point is that he's accused of something that I'm not even sure he can be guilty of because I don't think he likes women. I'm just saying.
Maybe he hits her because he had no man.
Maybe he beat her up because he wanted her to be a beard. Like,
Hey,
you know, he.
put that mustache I give you. Put that mustache I
I
give you.
need you to.
He knows like
I
this.
need you to confuse the word.
He's like this. Put that mustache on I give you. Put
You're
that
gonna. I'm gonna take you, and when I'm on the camera, you hold my fucking hand. You don't hold my fucking hand, I'm not gonna pay you. I'm not gonna buy you dinner. I'm not gonna give you any kind of possibilities to be rich. And then I tell you, then I beat your fucking head in because that's what I do. And then you accuse me, and I lose my job. I'm just talking about some random people. I'm just talking about random people. I don't know who I'm talking about. I don't even know what story I'm talking about. Just random people that happens to. But anyway, I was late, so we're late. We're running late. It's like, oh my God, it's 10:15. It's ridiculous. It's past my bedtime, and it's probably a perfect time to end the conversation that I didn't
Sexual
really wanna have.
misconduct.
So make sure that please that you, if you're listening right now, if
If
you're
there's
like,
anybody left out there,
if you're one of the 5
if
people,
there's anybody out there, ladies
like,
and gentlemen, like,
add,
share,
please subscribe.
subscribe,
Go to
like,
go to mixvibesradio.com.
add,
Subscribe. Become a subscriber.
share.
You'll get alerted when the games are on.
when
Share, not Shane.
Sheen,
Not Sheen.
Shane,
Share.
Sheen,
So like, Sheen, share. I mean share.
like
add,
Sheen,
Not Sheen.
Sheeny share,
Actually, share Sheen.
like it, share,
You know what? Let's make T-shirts. Share Sheen.
just share Sheen.
And then it's going to be Studio Steve. I mean Studio Mike. I'm just going to fuck your name up from now on too. Scuba Steve. I mean Studio Mike.
Scuba Steve,
Scuba Steve.
the deep diver.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thanks for welcoming me back. I don't know if I'm going to be here next week because I have another fucking
Well, I
situation.
thought you said you
on
wanted
Thursday.
to do every other.
I
You
did,
skipping
but
now.
I did but next week was the skip. This was supposed to be in. So
No, next week is the skip.
Oh, we're skipped next week?
Yeah, next week's
All right,
the 12th. Yeah, next
yay.
week's the skip.
Oh,
week.
that's right. You have shit. So we're gonna skip, ladies and gentlemen. We really want to do this every week, but the summer we both have stuff going on. It's hard for me to turn work down at this point. Like evenings are busy for me. We're gonna do our best to keep coming at you hard as hard as we can, and as much fun,
If you want it,
entertaining.
just like it.
Yeah.
And share it.
Right.
And add so that we can come back and give you more.
And then if you add it, and then like it,
And
and then
then-
share it,
And then you do that.
then we're gonna like you,
And we're gonna
then we're probably gonna add you as our friends,
and we might bring you
and
in.
then we might share you in a story.
Yeah, or just share you.
Or
Make
share
us
you
some,
with my
some
friends.
Yeah.
It depends.
We're gonna share you.
I'll share you with my friends.
Share you.
If you need friends, I have other friends that need friends.
Do you need
so I
friends?
can share you.
It's like somebody out there that needs a friend.
Somebody needs friends.
Somebody needs friends.
Everybody needs a friend.
Everybody needs a friend.
I don't. All right, good. I have enough friends. Thanks, guys. Studio Mike, you're the effing man. I didn't curse tonight. That was pretty good tonight.
Well, yeah, there was that whole porn thing.
I
But
apo-
anyway, Mike,
I apologize
Studio
for eating,
Mike,
I apologize
Mike
for
the
eating popcorn
engineer.
on the air.
that's okay. We got past it.
So, guys, remember, stay good to everybody. Try to be a better person the next day, and keep in touch with yourself.
Just touch yourself. Nice. Good night.